So if you were to yell in sign language, does that mean you like real hard?
Actually,
like
yes. You do like.
I was like yelling in sign language is like crumping.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
So that's where they got that from.
You can tell how angry a person is based on like how fast the hand signs are coming at you.
Did you ever know?
It's straight up like Kakashi level. Like,
you know, people be crumping, they be like, okay, I understand. Just walk away, they be like, oh, okay.
Lou Ferrigno's like, God damn. Yeah.
Keep forgetting that he's hearing impaired.
Yeah, he's hard of hearing, isn't he? Like he's
Wait, who?
Lou Ferrigno.
I think is he actually deaf? Because
No, I thought he was just hard of hearing.
He's far enough that he can still hear and stuff, but he's far enough that it messes with his voice a little bit. He's had to go to like speech therapists and stuff. But
because I originally heard him, I was like, oh, okay, it's just his voice, and it's like, no, he's. Because someone said he was deaf, and I was like, he's clearly not deaf because in this movie, there's no interpreter on set. He's just hearing everybody. And it's like,
it's one of those things where sometimes when it comes to being hard of hearing, they put that under like an umbrella of being deaf. So they're just like, oh, hard of hearing, that's also deaf. You're part of the deaf community or whatever. And it's just like, okay, but you should probably, because if I say something to you, are you gonna respond? Can I talk
like,
shit
I need to
to
know.
you? Elevator word.
okay, now we know what Justin does to all the deaf friends in the elevator. He's just talking mad shit.
No.
Or
I'll talk
he'll
shit directly
scream.
to them. I'll look at them and be like,
Or when the elevator door closes, he'll scream.
Read the lips.
mouth bitch. Yeah, I'll scream. I do that sometimes. I used to do that around our school, just fucking, especially the SpongeBob. Chocolate. I'd just be sitting there on campus just screaming. And I remember there was another kid who was doing it, and every time I heard him doing it, I would start doing it. Just start screaming.
So RT has a whole bunch of weird people going there, apparently.
Up. Yeah, I thought about actually just like embracing where we actually are, so people can, I don't know, maybe we should just tell people where we are.
I mean, Charmander already did. That's why we had to redact the footage.
We didn't fucking even. Yeah, we redacted it with his terrible fucking playstyle of not being able to finish a fucking level in RE4. But sure.
I mean, he finished A level.
Barely. This motherfucker barely finished.
Yeah.
So bad. It was so bad. It's like, how many times did he do just that one level with all the different dudes in the different places?
He did that one a lot. The first thing he was trying to show us the kill.
So wrong.
I mean, it's him though.
Eric versus a room full of dudes. He's always gonna lose.
Or win.
No more locked doors.
Maybe that's why he kept doing it. I swear to God, this motherfucker saying like, I can't find no more locked doors on YouTube. First thing I search when I find it is like fucking.
Because YouTube is just actually anything dealing with games in general has just been wanting to fuck with me. It started off with the goddamn Call of Duty bullshit, and every time he's there for it.
Yeah, it's not like I'm not causing it.
Yes, you are, because you've got some voodoo dark witch magic going on.
Who's strong with this one?
I don't use voodoo and magic. I use mystical shit. It's difference. There's difference.
Yeah, you make circles.
They both start with M. I don't give a damn.
Okay. Okay.
Like Merlin.
Speaking of Merlin, I finished that fucking game finally. So my stronghold is updating to 16 like right now. So in a day I should have my $13.
Or they're gonna say to get paid you must purchase the DLC.
And then I'll be like, fuck you guys, I'm gonna find you and I'm gonna curb stomp your door and possibly your children. What?
Have to hit him with that Giant Silent Bob treatment.
Yeah. Are you such and such developer for this, that, and the third game? Yeah. You just throw the fucking thing.
That was one of the best parts of that movie.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's part of the reason I wish I was a millionaire, so I could just fly around to places and find people and just beat the fuck out of them.
Wow.
What? What?
Just
I would invite you
so
to.
mean.
I would invite you to.
Why? So I could be your scapegoat? Be like, he did it.
I mean, who they gonna believe? Who caused mass devastation? He ripped the fucking door off the hinges. Like, that nigga. He threw someone straight out a window.
There it is. I was waiting for it to get mentioned.
Yep.
At some point, he's gonna say, "Oh, Drew threw someone out the window."
At least twice a week.
Her.
Can't even pick up a damn fork, but I can throw someone out a window.
Purple delurper dirt. What are you talking about? You can't pick up a fork.
Exactly.
Got those Attack on Titan problems.
Exactly.
Fucking. You guys gonna sit?
Does it scare you?
No, it's just that you're further away from the microphone. You don't sit.
Not necessarily true, because
Him, he's like, but if he sits, he'll be closer down.
It's literally, if he sits, he's like literally the same distance away from the mic.
Though. Trust me, I've done this.
I think this is a height thing for him. He doesn't want people to be too tall.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's a power play. Don't fall into it. Be your own person.
Okay, fine. Be like not really heard. Fucking.
It's all about not being heard, but being seen.
Ugh. You chose the wrong medium to do that, sir. This is a podcast.
Damn, the cameras on podcasts.
Yeah, it is mostly a podcast though. So
like, what's the names?
Yeah, but people listen.
Timothy
to
De
it
La Ghettos.
mostly.
Yeah,
Timothy has a podcast.
Yep.
He has. Doesn't he technically just have 2 podcasts?
Well, he has the straight.
Yeah.
Would you consider those podcasts though?
The mukbang or the actual podcast?
I mean, they're
the actual podcasts. Obviously, that's a podcast, but
I mean, the one that most people consider to be a podcast has just a group of his regular people, but then he's also the other ones where he's doing. I guess you could say interviews, but not really, because they're doing the same thing. Just one has food that they're eating at the same time.
yeah.
So that's why I was like,
So if you're super into that ASMR shit, that's the podcast for you. Some people like that shit.
They want good recommendations for food.
Yeah. See, that makes sense to have a visual component, because that's like you're trying to show off the food. I can't tell how good the food is by him.
Unless it's one of those things like he never smacks unless it's real good.
I guess. Still, though, I'd want to see the food, so I can torture myself and be like, "Why don't I have that food?"
Nah, I can't deal with people who smack purposely. It's like, just eat silently.
Remember one?
There's people who like drink water and they'll. Yeah, it's like, you don't need to do that. You can drink silently, motherfucker. Just open your mouth and let the water go in there. Just stop. Just fucking.
Sounds like a Joe date.
They're sitting there, I was about to say, they're sitting there like, yeah, tell me what to do, daddy.
Fucking gay. So Joe should be revealing more and more things about himself. He talk about who wears short shorts.
If you call me gay one more time, I'm gonna start saying this.
Like,
I'm just
who
gonna
wears
start
short
saying
shorts?
it.
And he's
I'm just gonna start saying it.
We'll
start saying maggot, 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 maggot.
So Joe, what's worse for you, the slurping or the chewing loudly? What's the greater of the two evils for you?
I mean,
it's
sometimes slurping is
because people will do the slurping noise while they're chewing, and it's like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
What are you even slurping on?
Exactly. It's like,
how are you slurping air?
It's like Schmidt. I'll never tell. Yeah. I mean, isn't it supposed to be a sign of like good things when you slurp for some people's food? Like,
I thought it was for like ramen
for Asians, and when they're eating the noodles, slurping is a respect thing, because they're saying that the food is good. But you don't really hear slurp to like the last second, really.
Isn't there something about not biting the noodles too?
What?
You can't. Yeah. So whatever you take, you don't cut it off. You keep the whole noodle.
Yeah, so you keep slurping until it's done.
Yeah.
So straight up Master Paku style.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Because it's like a light. It's if I remember correctly when I was told this, it's like
Like
you're
long
cutting off the
life or something.
lifeline. Basically, you're gonna have a shorter life if you do that.
Yeah.
See, Joe's all well cultured.
The idea of a person sitting there like watching you eat though, just to make sure you're eating it right, just with the knife,
weird.
just like.
I mean, that's basically what what's the name used to do in Death Note. You just sit there and watch L eat or Light eat.
Fucking L was so weird. He was so good though. Yeah, the new stuff is not gonna have. I guess it's not gonna have Light or L. It's just gonna be another person that just has the Death Note.
Oh, it's not gonna be L's minions.
I don't think so. It's. I think they said Ryuk brings the book to another person. So, which in theory, but I mean, fucking Death Note, it could just keep going on forever. Because
I mean, yeah.
Death Note cross Sherlock Holmes.
But
no need to ever stop making it if you don't want to.
It's just finding that dynamic between. That's where it's going to be the hardest one.
You're not going to be able to do Light and L again.
Exactly. That's why it's like, all right, you guys.
You already
definitely started this off perfectly, and then you kind of went to shit towards the end.
Because it raised the bar too high.
Yeah. And then Nier and what was that guy's name? Mello? Something like that. They weren't as good.
Was it Nier and Mello and all that mess? Nier and Air.
Oh, remember you're talking about all the fires and stuff in Australia? The other time? Kojima Productions are selling Connect Australia t-shirts and Avatar for charity.
Well, before we get into news and stuff, who's here?
People.
Yeah? Who are you?
Rican Tiger.
Rican Tiger?
Yep.
You said...
Hey, you asked.
As you said that like you're new to the fucking like wrestling circuit. You're like, yeah, here,
Exactly.
prove myself.
It's my entrance.
Why are you flexing though?
Why you hating on him?
Let
him be great.
Why you trying though? To fucking try hard. Who's that over there?
Over where?
Is that the Jokage? In the distance.
It's the bitches of bitches.
Sakura?
I mean, yeah, yep. That's my new name.
You fucking shut your mouth. You're
Sakura.
not,
I am now
No.
the person formerly known as Sakura.
She's not a person. Anyway.
Exactly.
This guy over here arting. You can hear it silently.
I'm texting, dude. How is that art?
Texting can be an art as well.
His but look, it's right there in front of you. Where's the art coming from?
Texting is an art as well.
Texting's an art.
Since when?
Spoken like a man who's never.
Now you know what I would say. I could argue, sexting is definitely an art form. Because if you aren't,
it's my time to shine.
If you are not good at that, it could be.
Ooh yeah, baby.
They're like, yeah, black.
It's so crazy. Black.
Loser.
Can't with this shit. Anyway, who are you again?
Same person I always am.
The Enigma.
Something like that.
Yeah. Okay, dope. Everybody's week was alright.
So I've been getting like over time, of course, I got emails from Amazon saying you have Amazon Prime benefits. You haven't like video and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I actually got a piece of mail, like paper mail from Amazon saying you have benefits. It's like if I'm blatantly like ignoring, it's like yeah, I know. I don't really care.
Jeff Bezos wants your money.
I mean, it's free. It's stuff I
still want your money.
So it's like whatever.
Because you have to pay for it after a certain point, or do you have to pay for it after a certain point, or no? Like,
because I'm paying for Amazon Prime already, and it comes with like video and whatever other.
Jeff Bezos wants your clicks. He
Oh,
wants
he
your
does.
views. He owns Amazon.
It was half of it.
Is it half?
I thought he had to give up half of everything.
No, he gave up half of his money. I don't think he gave up half of the company. She might have shares in the company though. Maybe I
You
don't
never
know.
know.
Because she's been with him since day one, so she might have.
She was the one pushing stuff around in that garage.
It's fucked up. I still have the cart. Yeah, back when they were only selling books. By the way, a PSA for people who like the smell of new books. You are the reason you like the smell of new books is because you're getting high on glue. Have fun with that.
Jokes on you, sir. Only read ebooks.
Right? Apparently, the smell of new books is the glue in the binding. That's what makes it smell like that. So, like, have fun.
First of all, you shut your whore mouth and you don't at me like that ever again.
I used to love opening a new Shonen Jump and being like,
and now look at him today.
Just gonna come at everybody else, and you over here doing it your damn self.
yeah, that's why I know what it is.
That was mad rude.
It's like episode of New Girl.
That was mad rude.
What?
What you just did
I
there?
didn't do anything. I was trying to.
It probably picked you up doing that.
Probably, but
Or you going to edit it out to make sure that you don't look bad.
No. We only had to edit this podcast once.
Let me just to bring this up.
Oh God.
This fool here over here defending racist motherfuckers.
When did I defend them? I just said they were right.
They're racist, but they're right. It's literally what you said.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you were trying to drive by that Popeyes where someone got stabbed, and you were trying to make the point that black people don't really like chicken like that, that person you're riding with is racist, but they're also right. Like, I'm sorry, somebody got stabbed over chicken.
He's over here defending Disney and their racist ways.
I didn't defend them. I said they were racist. I just said they're also right.
Of them all. He was like, "I'm gonna defend them."
Because he wants to be in an Avengers movie. That's why.
No. Make me blue.
Because he was talking about Tarzan and why none of the apes were scatting. And I was like, yeah, because they're racist. Like, I mean, yes, that, but also they were trying to be. It's like, no, they weren't trying to be anything but racist.
They were trying to be racist, but also they're trying to be because animals. They said that animals back in the day.
Trying to make it so right.
No, it's just animals when they don't have to care about the food chain anymore.
Who's paying you
start
to say
singing.
this for them?
First of all, I've seen my bank account. Clearly, no one's paying me.
So you're just defending them just because you love them that much? Listen.
Anymore.
You don't have to pick cotton anymore. You
Not
are
defending
you
them.
a free man.
First of all, have you ever bought medicine?
You a free man.
You've had to pick cotton too.
You can be inside the house.
Actually, wait. You know what? Next time I buy medicine, I'm gonna make a white person pick the cotton out the bottom. Excuse me. Do you mind? Yeah. Fucked up.
Wow.
Yeah. All right. So, let the news commence.
Oh, that was it.
Okay.
I should record video just to go along with this and just send it to you somehow.
Kojima. So Steven started playing Death Stranding and he thinks it's weird, but I'm like, I mean, it's gonna be weird. It's a weird game.
Let me look that up.
Death Stranding is Koji's first. Is that his first game by himself? After Konami, after he split from Konami.
When was it
I
made?
believe so.
It came out like literally.
Oh, it has Norman Reedus in it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's got Norman Reedus, it's got Mads Mikkelsen, it's got a buttload of people in it.
Isn't it?
Oh, his failed.
It didn't. Okay, I don't know in terms of sales how it did, but in terms of like gameplay, I've heard good things.
Is it a PS exclusive?
Yes. Koji only makes like.
I mean, I can get it because I do have a PlayStation, but
yeah. It ended up being like a hiking simulator.
Goat Simulator.
Yeah.
That game was weirdly addicting.
Well,
Yeah.
Goat Simulator.
Goat Simulator.
Yeah.
Go fuck.
You never played it?
No.
It's actually really fun.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. I don't know why, but it's fun.
I mean, he's a killer.
What you doing?
Yeah. Moving it closer.
Why?
Now it's further from jail.
Yeah.
We're close enough.
So you gotta have 8 mics.
So you can make sure. Yeah, right. I ain't got 8 mic money.
Yeah.
I mean, if he wasn't out here trying to buy beds and stuff. Trying to live your best life.
Yeah, right. Fuck me for not wanting to sleep on the goddamn floor anymore.
Your ancestors did it and they were fine.
Yeah, but they were sleeping on dirt. It's different.
I mean, we can get some dirt.
This is hardwood floor.
I mean,
They didn't chop down a fucking tree and just sleep on top of it.
Don't like in like
You got
some
cushions.
Asian areas they sleep on floors.
They use a futon, which is like a super cushy like blanket type thing.
Yeah.
So
So
I-
I put
I-
on the floor.
Yeah.
Still
A
on the
bunch
floor.
of blankets.
But it's like it depends. I think I like a friend of mine said he has like a old school like fucking, I don't know what you would call those houses, but it's like a compound. It's fucking nice and as hell, and the floor is actually like the floor actually has almost like a pad in it for you to sleep on.
Cool.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he's rich.
You should invite him onto the podcast.
Speaking of
Yeah,
rich,
man.
how's your
Fuck
UA?
you.
More so UA.
Yeah, right.
We all know UA is the
How's
rich one.
UA's bank account doing? It's fucking
Probably.
No, because I haven't heard from.
probably really.
I haven't heard from UA in
Yeah.
a while.
She's she said she's gonna be working on tax stuff for like the foreseeable future because tax season is like her busiest time. Because you got all these fucking millionaires out here she's probably working for and stuff. Fucking.
What?
Because doesn't her firm like handle accounts for like people with buttloads of money or businesses and all that shit?
Well, businesses, yeah, but
Hey, you think she's gonna be working
like,
with
it'd be like anyone
JT?
for like a corner store person.
I think she said she does a couple personal accounts that are in the millions. Because I remember asking her like if she could help me with mine, and she's like, I mean, I normally help people, you know. I was like, okay, yeah, flex on me, right? Shit. Nah, yeah.
Cobra Kai.
Cobra Kai, do or die. I'm still so upset that one guy died. The dude who says, sweep the leg, Johnny.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Put him in a body bag.
I would have to get like 2 of those. One for me and get one to my mom. That's what she calls us. Daniel-san. Oh shit!
Yeah.
Shadow Mane.
Huh?
You remember
Got
Neopets?
all of them.
Yeah.
Got
Apparently
the
they're getting a show.
Huh?
A show.
Funko Pops.
They're making a
for,
show?
Karate Kid. So they have Daniel LaRusso and John Lawrence.
Hmm.
Yeah. But they got Will and Grace Pops now
Zappa.
too.
Didn't they already have a what the fuck? That is, okay. Didn't
Yeah,
they already
for
have
everything.
a Neopets cartoon?
I know they had some games. I don't know if they had a cartoon. They might have had one. I don't remember, but I know they're working on a new one. And I'm like, Neopets are still around?
I think they've like existed online for like a dumb long time. Like there's a game that's still out there that people are still playing because they just never took down the servers or whatever, and it's just like, yeah. Tamagotchi said they're gonna be remaking stuff too.
Tamagotchi and Digimon, the return.
Just make it a fucking app. Like I don't know why they.
I remember like the Digivices.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good old
I
times.
mean, there was a whole season of Digimon about apps and stuff. I haven't watched that one yet. That's after Fusers.
I need to finish whatever comes after Fusers. You said that it switches to the other main character or whatever. I
Yeah.
still haven't gotten to that.
And then after that is the app one.
Mm.
Then after that, I haven't watched. I don't know. I'm not sure.
I think they were working on the movies, so they stopped
Yeah.
making stuff. But I know they've
And like the 3 games they're working on.
they're doing like a reboot of the old one too.
Yeah.
So I'm like, God.
I'm actually excited for the hard reboot. If it is a hard reboot. I mean, I'm excited for anything Digimon, really. Because it's Digimon.
Digimon, robots in disguise.
Somebody did like a fucking. They made a quiz for like, can you tell if this is a Pokemon or a Digimon? And I'm like, this quiz is butt cake easy. Literally every single thing every single question, it's like 100% of people got this right. I'm like, yeah, it's fucking hard to mix up. Like,
I actually did one of those a couple days ago, just to do it, and it said you are among the 14% of people that got all of them right. It's like, what?
God damn.
Wow.
Exactly.
So I'm wondering what are the ones that somebody fucked up on.
Probably Agumon.
It's like it's clearly different.
That's a
Still got the
Charmander.
fucking weird Digimon
Charmander.
eyes though. Digimon
There's a
has
clear
eyes.
difference between like Digimon and Pokemon.
Yeah.
Clear difference.
It had to be one of the lower levels. It couldn't be anything champion level or higher.
Champion level higher is very distinguishable.
You're mad.
They had some champions. They had like a couple of ultimates. Like some megas. Like basically like the mega ones.
Megas and ultimates are super easy to distinguish because they're like heavily armored out and stuff.
Yeah, if you're mega, you usually have some form of chrome digitoid on you.
Yeah.
They had Metal Garurumon as one of them.
Nice.
I want to say War Greymon.
They had fucking Angewomon for one, and I'm sitting there like, I mean, that always kind of bothered me that she was an ultimate, technically, because Gatomon's a champion.
Yeah. But she has that Ichigo before Ichigo thing where it's like my base is my champion, my base is my release Zanpakuto.
Yeah, right. Because I'm special.
I'm trying to remember. It wasn't until she got really, really bad. Like, she got worked before she went to Salamon. She stayed Gatomon for the longest time. They didn't even know that, like...
I do remember that. She got fucked up.
Yeah, they basically had to, like, curb stomp her for her to beat Digimon.
She got ground bounced like fucking Deku off that bus.
Or...
That was bad.
She was surprisingly tanky, though.
Yeah.
For her character, like, just, like, in terms of, like, how big she was with respect to stuff she was fighting.
Like, she's knocking the fuck... She was like Ant-Man. She's knocking the fuck out of things that are, like, 10 times, 20 times bigger than her. It's like, fucking how?
Digimon.
She, like, punched...
Did she punch, like, Greymon, or...
I think so, yeah. She punched him in the head, and he went, like, kind of flying. It's like, wow, that's... problem. Oh, and speaking of Pokemon, apparently, people are upset because the Pokemon anime for Sword and Shield has gotten to the point where they you guys probably know the gym leader's name. I don't know how to say it, but it's I think it's Bea or Bay or whatever. I don't know.
Whitewashing.
BEA. Yeah, they were talking about how she was whitewashed in the anime because she's lighter. She already kind of looks like she might have just been like tan.
Yeah, she looked like she had a tan.
And people are saying that in Japan, like, oh, it might have just been a tan, but a lot of people everywhere else are saying, oh, she was whitewashed because she's a little bit lighter. And they're like, oh, maybe it's the brightness of whatever for the episode.
Light, the sun,
yeah,
whatever.
And it's just like, I don't fucking know. People around the world are getting upset.
Speaking of Pokemon, there's an EV model kit.
Brown people everywhere.
Yep, EV model kit.
Mm.
I found out about that today. I was like, huh. Now, where's my Darkrai, though? I want a Darkrai.
You said a model kit? Like a piece together and all that kind of shit? Is it supposed to be like a mech like one?
No, it was just straight Eevee.
Oh, okay. So it just comes out looking...
Yep.
Okay. Alright. That sounds interesting.
Yeah. I mean, I saw a picture of it. It doesn't look bad. It actually looks pretty decent. It's supposed to be like really nice quality plastic and stuff.
Pokemon needs to do a fucking crossover with like Zoids or some shit to make the models and shit. That'd be kind of dope. Like a Liger Zero mixed with an Eevee would be kind of dope.
There was a
why?
I think Zoid's Fantasy Star crossover not too long ago, where it was like a special Zoid model kit with like Fantasy Star designs, and it came with this code you can put into the game, and you can get like some special weapons or something.
What's wrong? You don't like the Pokemon?
I have no issues with Pokemans. You know, the Pokemans.
Yeah, Pokemon, yeah.
Pokemon!
Oh.
Pokemon! No, I like Pokemon. I still play Pokemon Go, unlike some people.
Pocket the monster. Yeah, it's because I'm always, are you talking about me?
Yeah.
It's because I'm always driving around. It's hard to do. I need to get one of those GoPros, but like
I
ain't got money.
Him to, go ahead.
But I ain't got money.
Stop paying for them hoes then.
Paying for hoes. As if I would ever. I don't even go to JT's house.
It's messed up.
They really just all over. Like they breeding them over there.
Like fucking what did he call them the other day? He just went off when you said that. I wish you were in the
they're fucking everywhere. I don't know.
No, when he was in the party chat on Xbox.
Oh.
And yeah, when you had said that, he said for him to invite one of them up there. It's like flea disease ridden.
Damn,
like he just went on like a whole rant. It's like, damn. the most literate thing I've ever heard you say. And it was all rude as fuck.
Wow. Didn't know he had it in him.
It was like that episode of SpongeBob where Mrs. Puff heard SpongeBob go off on Mr. Krabs. Like, I never knew he had language like that.
Yeah. That's gross. So.
What? Krabs having sex with a whale?
She's not a whale.
Pearl's mom had to be a whale.
I thought she was just adopted. Because damn.
I mean, you never know.
I guess it was like an unofficial adoption. Because I think Mr. Krabs like found her somewhere. Like,
Fan theories. If it wasn't in the
Watch
show,
it be a fan theory that's true though.
I think I saw somewhere like one of the fan theories was like, Pearl's mom and dad were killed, and Mr. Krabs like came across their dead bodies with her like still like there, or something like that.
How strong is Mr. Krabs? Because was probably still mad big then too.
Mr. Krabs is actually really strong because he was in the Navy.
There's that, and there's also the fact that if you take any bit of his money, he coming for you.
Bro, if money is involved, he becomes like the fucking Hulk.
Like, this dude took a whole fucking hotel room and somehow managed to fit it into a briefcase.
Shambles.
That'd be dope. Fucking. So Nintendo and a couple other I heard, actually no, not Nintendo, I think it's Sony and Facebook and a couple other, I don't know why the fuck Facebook is going there, but a couple other companies are deciding not to go to the
PAX.
GDC. The game development is different. I think it's a different thing, isn't it? Is
okay.
that PAX?
Because I heard Sony was pulling out of PAX.
Yeah, I don't know why they're doing that, but I think that might be. Yeah, so it's they're pulling out of a bunch of different things because of coronavirus, and they don't want anybody to get. They realize they only have a certain number of game devs, and they don't want to fuck that up. So apparently, it's bad enough for companies to actually be trying to take that serious.
Yeah.
The coronas.
It actually might be different. 'Cause I think PAX is in Boston, PAX East.
Yeah,
Because
there's
I think
one PAX in Boston, and then there's another one in I think there's one in California.
okay. Because they were saying that The Last of Us 2 was supposed to have a booth. I think Neo 2 was supposed to have a booth. Bunch of other stuff. There's supposed to be a lot of booths, and Sony is pulling out. Trying to remember, what was the other ones?
They said Facebook, which I'm like, why the fuck is Facebook even?
Final Fantasy VII demo was supposed to be there. They're going to have the demo of the remake. Yep, that was supposed to be there.
Ooh.
Wonderful 101 remaster is supposed to be there. I don't know who are pulling out, but I heard that Sony was pulling out.
I mean, I guess it makes sense because the people who would be going there are the people who are directly working on the games that you're depending on to come out. So the last thing you need is for this motherfucker to either die or get sick and not be able to come to work for 2 or 3 weeks because of
some food
coronavirus.
poisoning.
Right?
Just crash your whole game.
Yeah, that would fucking suck. Nintendo probably going to release they've talked about releasing hentai games, uncensored hentai games, and I'm like, I don't.
I'm surprised Nintendo got to it before Sony did.
Right.
Then again, Nintendo is a
I would
toy
venture
maker.
into that market. I would venture into that market.
Like making it or
Same.
buying it. Yeah, he's like, yes.
Actually, since they're toy makers, they might be coming out with sex robots.
Wait a minute, where's Eric? Oh, we can make a buttload of money.
He's already there.
You think he's their
Eric just faded like.
think he's their VP of testing stuff out? VP of acquisitions.
Leave no crevice on. Hey man, it's not. It's
just call this fool.
It's
over
not
here.
pervy. It's not pervy. I'm checking the physics of the jiggles.
Let me just call him over here so he
Gotta
can
check
defend himself.
Gotta check the jiggle physics. He's the one that. Remember, he was working on Physics Engine, and you kept making fun of him. He was like, "Yeah, you gotta make sure the jiggles are right." Fucking,
I don't recall, but that's hilarious.
this is fucking terrible.
This is another thing where you're trying to put what you said onto someone else.
You know he does that.
You're just going to try and blame Carl for everything.
I don't need to. No, I never need to blame Carl for anything because I already know all the shit he does. I'm giving up trying to convince people that Carl said anything.
Just going to throw it in.
I'm not even entirely sure Carl exists. It's a fucking long time.
Oh, so you're trying to say that he's what is her name? What is it? Felicia? The wife from the Cosby Show?
Claire?
Well, her actual name.
Felicia Rashad.
So it is Felicia. See, don't be giving me that fucking stupid look. When she was in the Tyler Perry movie, she was like the big. She was the big. Yeah, exactly. Looking at me like that.
This is my fucking face. Look at you normal. What the fuck?
You don't look at me normal. Because I'm light
What
skinned.
is normal?
It's relative
He's right, But if
to abnormal.
For normal, you would have to be like fair skinned, weird.
I think mine's
And straight hair.
Oh,
I'd rather look like this and be like how I am because
I love the look on his
fun.
face though, because it looks like he's getting slightly offended. Like, oh, you'd rather look like you? Oh, okay.
But
Fuck you, Joe.
He's not fair skinned though. I'm more fair skinned than he is.
Well, yeah, that's why I pointed to you.
But I don't have the straight hair though.
Yeah, but he can turn Asian though. He can just
Average person. Damn. Take the glasses off and then you. But if you were to combine everything, they wouldn't have fair hair. They wouldn't have like straight hair.
Wait, say it again.
Like if you were to if you were talking about like the average person, like the person who would have like all of the nationalities of the world in them or whatever, like everything in there, wouldn't they'd have like curlier hair?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They'll be more native.
Yeah. This motherfucker, he's got just like slick back hair and shit. That's straight up conquistador.
No.
Yo, I love you.
But I mean, according to the world, you have to be, what is it, Robert Pattinson to be considered cute or whatever.
I hate it when they do that. Like it's hilarious because that's one of the things that white people don't understand are like incredibly fucking racist, yet they don't fucking understand like what are they? They're just saying scientifically they like look pretty, and it's like so European like form of what you would say pretty is, like a European ideal of what pretty is what you're trying to force on everybody. So there's a couple people who fit that, like I guess Beyonce, but like by their standards, who did they say was the prettiest woman in the world? Like some white chick. I don't fucking know.
No, they said Beyonce, and I was like,
they said Beyonce is up there.
I was like, fuck that noise, because Serena Williams is in this world, and you put some respect on her.
Yeah, I think they said someone like Kate Upton or somebody like that was supposed to be like the most beautiful or something like that.
Who the fuck is Kate Upton?
She's fine, but there's better.
She was I'm trying to think. The most recent thing I could think of her in was a while ago. I think she was in a movie with Adam Sandler. I think.
Possibly. I always get her confused with like a lot of other white women, so I forgot what she looks like.
It's a Hallmark movie.
Good God, Hallmark.
I don't even know who that is.
We're not even gonna start with that shit.
Hell no.
It's the same goddamn formula every fucking
Put
time.
Serena up there where she belongs. She queen bee.
Oh, Nintendo news. You're talking about Nintendo.
Because black people's features aren't great, but whatever.
Apparently, they're opening up Nintendo Switch lounges in the U.S.
Ooh.
So I don't know all the
I remember
specifics of
hearing
it,
something
but
about
the
that.
idea of like
Lounges.
we're getting like Nintendo authorized
Maid cafes.
co-signed lounges and stuff is nice in airports, but still is like that's a step to like maid cafes on every corner.
And then it'll be more acceptable for me to
all
open
my
mine.
ideas and shit is getting taken from me.
I was just about to say, like,
No one wants to invest in,
I'm telling you, just get JT to do the t-shirts. Find a nice like you can use the what's name that closed, the Burlington. You can use that as your main area for your maid cafe, and you can have different corners be different themed. Yes.
I mean, It kind of upset me because I went to all the people that I know who would go and invest in people to do that stuff, and even one who owns the more prominent, I should say prominent though, our little cereals comic book spot. Even went to him asking like, would he want to do that? And it's like, it's like, oh.
It's because they don't know the strength of the culture.
Yeah, are we gonna leave the shroud of mystery, or are we gonna just keep being obscure about where we are?
I mean, I've already said it before.
Yeah, you said some stuff earlier though.
I know.
Yeah.
There's always Easter eggs and everything.
I guess, but like that's a direct one. That's like, how many other places are that? It's like one. Yeah, that's like saying we're home of the Philly cheesesteak.
Actually,
Denver? It's like fucking.
We're not Detroit.
Oh my god! I told my dad about that, and he's fucking pissed at you.
Why you can? He is turning his whole family against me. One of his nieces is because I'm not you.
That was funny. She's like, oh, she's like, hi, Carl. I'm like, that's not Carl. Oh, well, forget him then. It's like, god damn. And then the other one, you made fun of Steph Curry. You made fun of her husband. So now they're gonna be doing double attacks on you. I taught them how to fight. So now they're gonna be doing like lariats and shit. He's not gonna be ready.
They're talking about Steph Curry's wife, and it's like, yeah, but Steph Curry lucky he even got a woman that good looking because he's not that good looking.
How did we start talking about that? Because what was the before question?
It was women getting validation from like other people.
What was before that though?
How I got into the whole validation thing?
Yeah.
Fuck if I know. I just would know. Our conversation will come to an end, and then another topic will pop up out of nowhere.
I don't remember any of it. Anyway, fucking what was your last thing? Was the Nintendo lounges?
Yeah.
Let's see. So there might be a Borderlands movie.
Really?
Yeah. Apparently a guy named Eli Roth, who many of you might know from Inglourious Bastards as the Bear Jew.
Oh.
No, you say his name right.
The Bear Jew.
Fucking apparently he's expressed interest in directing it, or he might already just be chosen to direct it. So Borderlands movie might be coming. Because Sonic is like giving people new hope for video game movies, because Sonic didn't fail. Like its first weekend it did pretty good. I think they just said 70 million or something like that.
I'm surprised what's name didn't give people hope, because that did great apparently. Detective Pikachu.
Yeah, that too.
Like I think that's what started it.
Detective Pikachu people, I guess they gave like a head nod to Sonic. They like congratulated the Sonic team.
Nintendo has come a long way with their video game movies from Mario. Way.
That was like, didn't they say that was like the first? That was like the first video game movie.
Might have been.
And it was so fucking awful. I saw all the reasons why it failed, and it was just like, bruh, it was worse than Anthem. And then people actively like trying to fuck with the movie because they're like, you're not gonna use my idea, okay? I'll go in a different direction and fuck you over. And it's just like,
hey, like Fantastic Four.
Oh,
what happened with that?
When Fox made that Fantastic Four movie.
Oh no, that was just pure spite. That was like, hey, so I don't want to give the ball back, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna keep bouncing it in the fucking moon.
Stab it.
Have fun fucking catching it before it comes down, bitch.
Oh,
like,
just
okay.
remembered. Fantastic Four DLC for Marvel's Ultimate Alliance. It's supposed to come out in March.
Yeah. I
So
thought they were making a whole new game for that.
Well, they already made a new game. That's what's going on right now. Remember I was telling you about the DLC with Gwenom and everything?
I think so.
And anti-venom skin and everything. The next DLC is supposed to be Fantastic Four, which everyone's like, oh, because there hasn't been Fantastic Four Love in a while in video games.
Because they're just now being, I think they just got, it takes a while to make a video game, and the licenses came back a couple years ago, so.
Mm-hmm. So everyone's excited about that to see what's going to happen. They only have a picture, and it has like Doom in the background with the 4. So I'm like, oh, this could be interesting. Because Doom is potent. Doom got hands for days.
People
with that techno magic.
I try to say some shit like Doom's not a good villain. I'm like, you're fucking crazy.
You mean the dude who like collided planets and stuff? Like
the dude who's taken over the Marvel universe at least once or twice and taken over the world like
the dude who took over Wakanda.
Weren't you telling me the group that you're in was trying to say Doom isn't that smart?
Who's that?
I remember you were saying, you came and asked me saying who are like the smartest people in like comic book universe really, and
I think that
you were arguing for Doom and people were saying Doom isn't really that smart.
I think that was comparing DC and Marvel because I already know that Doom is like he's always top 3 in Marvel. He's like that. There's Valeria Richards, who's Reed Richards' daughter, Reed himself, and Doom, and the 3 of them kind of share the first and second spot. So depending on who's writing the story, like 1 or 2 or 3 of them might be like 1, 2, 3, or they might put Doom above. Like there was one story where Doom actively had like something fucked up with his brain, and that's the reason why he was only 3. And then Valeria fixed him, and then I don't know where the standing was after that. Weird shit. But yeah, I don't know. I can't remember. It came from that fucking dumbass group. That group is fucking crazy. I had an argument with somebody about the fucking somebody's like Steven Universe is great. I'm like Steven Universe is a Dragon Ball Z reshuffle. Carl knows what I'm talking about. Fucking then people started getting
podcast you were
mad defense because they were like, what do you mean? I'm like, it just is. And then I showed them the fucking. There was dude Pat who just he fucked with his friends for a good like 10 minutes because he was like, yeah, so I started reading a DBZ fanfic, or I started watching a DBZ fanfic, and they're like they animated it. It's like, yeah, it's pretty good. It's a fanfic of like this, that, and third, and like he's like going through all the different changes and like restructuring of all of the story and everything, despite the fact that it's still kind of the same but yet different. And at the end, they're just like, so who the fuck made because they're like intrigued by this shit. They're like, this sounds fucking amazing for a fanfic. Who the fuck made it? And it's just like Rebecca Sugar. Wow, really? It's like, yeah, Rebecca Sugar's the person who made fucking Steven Universe. So they're like, he's doing something. I don't know what the fuck he's doing, but like, there's a trap here somewhere. And he's like, yeah. So what is it called? Steven Universe. Like actually, like they stole it? No, it's just Steven Universe. I watched Steven Universe. It's just like, oh my god. they like walked away for a second. It was fucking hilarious. But yeah, no. I had to put that up for somebody, and I haven't gotten a comment back afterwards.
That's because they're traumatized.
Yeah.
Killed my childhood. You killed your childhood.
By attaching it to a fucking show like that. Don't get me wrong, Steven Universe is alright, but it's like, come on. Yeah.
Oh. I actually have some Sonic news. When you're talking about the movie, it went past 100 million.
Nice.
Wow.
Worldwide.
Nice.
Yeah.
Fucking
Sonic.
I'm all for the fact that they came back. 200.
They might have. This is just like what I saw like 2 hours ago.
I guess I don't know why I thought I saw 200 million. I was like,
I mean, they might have hit that by now.
I will fully say you are right and I'm wrong.
This is only 2 hours ago. They could have hit that extra 100 million.
So the thing that's bothering me though is that company is trying to make it seem like they tried to retcon some shit by saying like, oh well, this redesign was always going to happen. We weren't going to release that
just
old one, guys.
L.
It's like just fucking
just
stop.
take the L.
Stop.
See, you know the
Stop.
problem. You know what makes it worse though? Apparently they're doing Sonic Build-A-Bear, and the Sonic Build-A-Bear looks like the old Sonic face.
Oh,
so that's how I
they
picture
couldn't
it.
even fix
now,
that.
I don't know if it was on purpose or if someone just did that to be funny with that picture, but it looks like the old face. And then Sonic Build-A-Bear.
Like, oh my god. It's like, bro, you already did the right thing of admitting that you were wrong, fixing the mistake, and then we're giving you money to show, like, as a show of good faith, because it's like you remade the thing.
Don't be
it's
7
not
cents.
terrible, but it's like, fuck. Don't sit there and try to make it seem. Don't try to save face. You fucked up. Just leave it. You fucked up. It's fine. Got your pants pulled down in public, just waddle in your car with your pants around your ankles. Don't try to pick them up. Just walk away.
Walk away. So can I go to Build-A-Bear and make Ugandan knuckles? Is that
They
possible?
said they will never put you guys in there. The best you might get is like maybe like, oh yeah, I'll show you the way. Like it's like fucking, where do we go, Knuckles? Oh, I'll show you the way.
But do you know the way?
They're not gonna do it because then they'll have to do that stupid accent the whole fucking time. And there's no way in fuck they're gonna pay a person to do that. They might though, maybe. They're dumb. Oh my god! Fucking. The second they do that, okay, nope, off, off, just fucking off. So they're already talking about a Sonic 2, which the hilarious thing is I heard someone say something along the lines of the more Sonic characters that are in the second one, the less likely we're gonna have a third one, because like if they have no faith in the movie, they'll just pour Sonic people in. Like as many as they can, and it's like you don't need to do that. Just put Shadow in.
But they got at least put Knuckles in there.
Yeah,
they're not Sonic news, but television media type stuff. They're filming Witcher 2 right now.
Yeah, I heard. Apparently, that goes along with some of my news because apparently Mads Mikkelsen and Michael Keaton got offered roles in Witcher 2. I know Mark Hamill was trying to go for Vesemir, who's apparently like his teacher or something like that, like an older Witcher. I don't know who the fuck Mads Mikkelsen and Michael Keaton's gonna play, but it's probably bad guys.
Michael Keaton can play whoever he wants.
I was about to say, both of them can play whoever the fuck they want because they're both good at being, especially Mads Mikkelsen's got like, I hate to say this, but like he's got like villain face. He definitely has a villain face. He's the guy, he played the girl's dad from Rogue One.
What makes him have a face?
You gotta.
There might be something to do with the fact that he's Nordic. I don't know.
Wow.
I don't know.
Like you Viking. Looking like Hiccup's
I
dad.
mean, because you have someone like Willem Dafoe where there's no way.
Yeah, Willem Dafoe is literally just Ryuk. I feel like when he, I feel like
after he did that, it's like
I feel like when he dies, Ryuk is just gonna be sitting there waiting, like, yeah, now I get his voice.
demonic possession.
And the first thing he's gonna do is come to me and be like, with those fucking glowing ass eyes out of my closet, and be like, "You didn't sleep yet?" Fucking, I'll be like, "No, you'll get there."
Bro, some Shadow Mane.
This is what this guy. That's what he looks like.
Have you guys ever heard of Shin Megumi Tensei?
Shin Megami? Is it Megami?
I know you're talking about.
Yeah.
I just.
You know who Mads Mikkelsen is?
Yeah.
Yeah. He was in Death Stranding.
But there's a Bayonetta and Berserk collaboration with their next game.
Which game?
Shin Megumi Tensei Liberation DX2. It's supposed to be a Berserk and Bayonetta collaboration. And I know you like Berserk, and I know you like Bayonetta.
Never played.
I'm still mad that they
games.
didn't. They don't want to give you that one fucking achievement in Bayonetta.
Good times.
What achievement is
The
it?
one with the keys.
Treasure
Oh
chest.
no, that's Fable.
Keys. I got the key.
Fable, there's one achievement I can't get because the dog died and I can't get him back. Because instead of like it was either choose. I had
Fuck you. No.
I had two different options. Either revive my family, which included like wife, kids, dog,
Get the fuck
or
out of
revive
this
like
house.
everybody that died, which was like millions and millions of people. So I was like, revive the millions of people. Little did I know, the dog could actually like dig up stuff, and one of the things that needed to be dug up was an item that I was like one item that I was missing to get the achievement. It's like,
Was the dog part of your family?
mm-hmm.
So if you would have chosen your family, you'd have been
Shut.
selfish.
Fucking terrible.
It's like choose my family and not be able to buy anything or go like pretty much do anything because everybody else is basically dead.
I could repopulate. Take a couple years.
But yeah.
So they released the Rurouni Kenshin, the final movie trailer. Final Frontier.
Final Frontier.
Final Frontier. Final Frontier. Final Frontier. Final Frontier. Final Frontier. Final Frontier. Final Frontier. Final Frontier. Final Frontier. Final Frontier. Final Frontier. Final Frontier. Final Frontier. Final Frontier. Final Frontier. Final Frontier. Final Frontier. Final Frontier. Final Frontier. Final Frontier. Final Frontier. Final Frontier. Final Frontier. Final Frontier. Final Frontier. Final Frontier. Final Frontier. Final Frontier. Final Frontier. Final Frontier. Final Frontier. Final Frontier. Final Frontier. Final Frontier. Final Frontier. Final Frontier. Final Frontier. Final Frontier. Final Frontier. Final Frontier. Final Frontier. Final Frontier. Final Frontier. Final He'd be dope on fucking Star Trek. He'd be a fucking monster. But yeah, they released the final movie trailer, so that should be good.
Actually,
His fucking stepbrother's looking down on him from that bridge. And he's just like, bitch.
I have a question for you. If Kenshin was in Star Wars, would he have a lightsaber? Because he'd be a swordsman, but would he have a lightsaber? Because lightsabers are like extra killy. You know what I mean?
Kenshin.
And they do have the old style lightsabers that are actually like bladed, so he could have a reverse.
Yeah, or he could just have a vibroblade or something.
Yeah. I'm just curious.
He probably would. He'd be a fucking monster.
Because lightsabers are like extra killy. Like
Yeah,
you can't like, oh, I'm just gonna like
Potent as
parry
fuck.
your sword. Like, nah, you're gonna parry his arm off.
I mean, if Kenshin, the only way Kenshin's using that is if he has murderous intent, because he's not, you know.
Yeah.
You'd have to get the old Kenshin. You'd have to get Batosai, and he'd just wreck face. It was one of those things where like Kenshin. The only reason that Rurouni Kenshin was interesting was because of the fact that like his fights took longer because he wasn't killing anyone. All of his fights would have been like one shots had it not been for the fact that he was trying not to kill them. Because like if you look at there's only a few people he actually managed to get hit by first, but they had murderous intent and they still didn't kill him. So it's like
They're trash.
pretty much. Or because he's just really fucking good.
Mega Man news. Mega Man Zero ZX Legacy Collection is going to add online functionality via day one patch.
Mega Man Legolas.
Yeah.
I watched that shit.
Actually, weren't they talking about doing a Lord of the Rings TV series on like Amazon or something or Google?
Yeah. Apparently there's going to be...
Has there to be any more news on that? Because the last thing I heard where they were talking about having
other than them making it, no.
Gandalf be a woman, and we were saying how it doesn't matter because he's like an extra dimensional type something or other.
He's basically like a lower level. If you were to put the Lord of the Rings shit to like Christianity, he's basically like an angel.
Yeah, so it was like it doesn't matter what he looks like.
It really doesn't.
The only reason it would matter is if you were trying to like carry over a specific like character trait or something. You know what I mean? And we were talking about that, and that was like the last thing I remember.
I have what's his name walk right past him. If I have fucking Bilbo walk right past him, not know who he is because he's a woman. Oh, so he's a woman because he just rolls like that, but he's still a guy, right? It's like fucking American Dad.
Apparently Dynasty Warriors has a new project set for 2020.
Oh wow!
Ooh.
Oh wow! I'm not surprised because Dynasty Warriors needs more money. Because like. When do they not? When are they not working on a new thing?
Oh, something for that you like though.
Sengoku
Sengoku Bazara marks their 15th anniversary with an announcement of a new project.
Has it been 15 years already?
Well, I mean, when we found it, we found the dub. So that was like probably 2 years, 3 years after it actually came out.
Is this going to be a game?
I don't know yet. I didn't look too deep into it. But just the idea, because Sengoku Bazara is really enjoyable. It's very
it's a nice
pleasing.
game.
And also the intro was like a big dance mob. Like, come on now. So, 15 years, man.
I prefer the intro from the one from the Wii. Like where it's Mitsunari and Ieyasu. Their bullshit and all that stuff. That shit was kind of dope. And with the TM Rev playing in the background. Because my dude's a beast.
Yeah.
Fucking...
But it's been a while since there's been any news for Sengoku Bazara, so the fact that there's like, hey, 15 years, working on a new project, I'm like, great.
Yo, apparently somebody tried to claim in court, I don't know where, but they tried to claim in court that the anime art style is theirs and they want money from all of these anime companies.
But there's different art styles and stuff.
They're talking about, I guess, like the original art style for anime, but then they said something about the 80s. And it's like, anime's existed since before then, sir.
Yeah.
I don't, like, what?
You just invalidated your whole argument. Leave now.
Word. And the funny thing is that the courts don't just be like, no. They actually hear this shit, which means that it has to go to court and people have to pay court fees and shit for the bullshit of this motherfucker being like, I invented airplanes. Fuck the Wright brothers. It's like, you invented airplanes like 20 years after the Wright brothers did? That's interesting.
Wright brothers are time travelers. They stole my idea, went back in time.
Matt Groening sitting there, what the fuck?
Oh, My Hero Academia and One's Justice 2 announced Gang Orca's going to be in it. So I'm like, ooh, because I kind of want to see how they're going to follow through for Gang Orca. So I'm actually kind of excited for that.
I honestly still don't like that name.
I fudged the name. It's actually called My
Hero
Hero
One's
One's Justice. Yeah.
Oh.
I just like Hero Academia 2.
I didn't know there was a new movie out for them.
Yeah, they dropped the trailer the other day, the new movie.
It's apparently Jake wants to go next Friday, so we going with him to go see them.
Oh yeah. Is it? It's coming here next Friday.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep.
Ooh.
It's showing at 7:10 and 9 o'clock.
Might have to ride along with y'all because I don't work Friday.
Yeah. Oh, do you guys want to go to the movies? We'll probably. Which one do you want to go see?
He has
Sonic.
to work.
You have to work.
I work every Friday, dude. I told you that last week.
Bro, you telling me your schedule? I don't work there.
Like he don't even know his schedule.
Word. Like, shit.
I'm not gonna fucking remind you every fucking week that I work every fucking Friday.
Draw me your schedule.
No.
On a piece of paper.
No.
Then I'm always gonna forget. Then
That sounds like a you problem, not me.
okay. Then it's not be on the podcast when it happens. Then shit. Fucking.
Like, you the one that shifted the podcast from fucking Saturdays to Friday.
That was my
That was
fault.
all. Fucking.
It's okay, Joe. We know it's just involved.
I tried. You heard me. It's all. It's
I
out
told
there
you Devon hates
in
me.
the ether.
I told you this.
Did you not?
There's a bomb in the Cyndaquil. I know it. I can hear it ticking tonight.
Like, if there is, then it must be whoever made it and put it in there. Because you saw me just
Did
grab.
you not give offerings to the art god?
I don't know what I don't believe in art gods.
Jason just pops up out of nowhere. What?
So I'm gonna take back that drawing now.
What drawing? Of Master Asia?
Yeah.
He'll fight me for
You know,
They're like, who's the master?
I'd be like, I'm the god. And he just takes it from me. Or
and then I awaken my conqueror's hockey that somehow works on gods.
Or he'll be like, yeah, oh, well, guess what? Throws a match on it.
And then I find
Let it burn!
a lot of other stuff over there. So no, then I find what is it, like 3, 4? I find 5 other black people, and then I become the Super Saiyan Black God, and then I fight him.
No, you'll need 5.
Is it 5 other people or 5
You
including
need
me?
5 other.
Because wasn't it? It was Gohan, Goten, Trunks, and the baby, right? And Vegeta. Okay, yeah. So I need to find 5 black people. There's niggas over there.
Of pure heart.
That's for Super Saiyan. That's for the Super Saiyan gods. I'm talking about the black gods. They have to be pure heart for shit.
Wow.
What?
Yes, you do. You have to be the most purest of hearts.
Them niggas.
Don't trust them new
I
niggas.
can't even say it. I was gonna be like, them niggas could be pure of heart. Nah, the fact that they park in the middle of the fucking parking lot like that, or the driveway like that. Yeah,
Or have their dog shit.
why did I
Yo,
hear? I heard you say the niggas. Niggas. The nigga
So,
fan.
like, I was even out for work one day, and the dude was shoveling the driveway. He was like trying to like almost like snapping at me. He was like, "Yo, why is the plow dude always like pushing the snow over?" And I'm like, "I don't fucking know. I'm not up."
Negro, y'all did it first. They have a snowblower that they blow on our side. What the fuck? After the plow guy comes through.
It's like,
Fucking
why is the plow guy put? This is shared fucking driveway, and it's a plow.
Word. So it's not so much that it's pushing it onto your side as it's creating a fucking like a line
Barrier.
of
Yeah.
fucking what's his name because it has to.
Wow.
Fucking what I would do is I'd be like, oh thanks, now I have a line to start from. Push it all the way up against the fucking house. Who cares?
Oh no, you can't do that because you have the cars right there. You know, they don't know how to use a fucking 3-car garage
Oh,
or their backyard.
there's stuff in there they don't let them do that. Because when they were painting the house, which they're still not done with, fucking
5 years later.
it doesn't take
Seriously,
that
though.
long to paint a fucking house.
You have
Like-
all the laziest of people doing it. I literally was the one time I was here, and it was a nice. I was like, no, I'm gonna just sit.
because all I heard
I'm
was
just
Hispanic
sitting,
music
wait.
going forward. So my dude said, "Hey, boy, what you fucking like? I'm gonna do this." Like, no, it takes like fucking a day, dude, to paint a whole house. If you ain't got nothing else to do, it takes like a fucking
They're
day.
literally just sitting there in the shade the whole time. It's like, wow,
It's
this-
fucking hot.
What the heck do you think your job was?
Clearly, the shit in the shade. Fucking.
And then they were talking about, oh yeah, no, the landlord, I need his number for y'all because he say he want me to do your house. Like, no, I can't give out the landlord's number. I mean, if he's here and you guys are here, by all means you can talk to him, but I'm not giving out his number to any random person.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Marvel news. Marvel, Square Enix, Marvel's Avengers. They're getting 2 editions. They're getting a Earth's Mightiest Heroes edition, and I don't remember the name of the other one actually. Supposed to be 2 editions though. Earth's Mightiest Heroes and Deluxe Edition. And also, I think got pushed back a little bit too, the release date. Visually, it looks pretty good. I don't know how the gameplay is though. So that should be cool.
It always sucks when they release a game and I don't know, they're announcing games before they even have fucking all you get is like a logo or some shit.
Oh, speaking of that, Neo 2 hit gold, so it's ready for release now. Yep.
That's good.
Yep. I heard it's going to be super duper duper hard, to the point where people are playing the demo and only like 10% of people got through the demo. So it was like, yeah.
Wait, no, what?
Neo 2.
Neo 2.
Yeah, it's like Japanese Dynasty Warriors or Dark Souls.
Yeah.
So it's a lot harder.
Yep.
I might start doing that whole do 5 push-ups every time you die thing. Fucking
Start looking like the mountain.
First start playing Dark Souls or Bloodborne.
I didn't do it.
Are you still alive?
Live.
Yeah, water bottle tried to attack my foot.
Did I succeed?
I was about to say, did you make it?
I moved my foot.
You want some help for it? Yeah.
So I'm kind of in a pickle here.
Pickle?
Kind of pickle.
About what?
It's this dog that we might be getting.
What's it look like?
Is it an Alaskan Husky?
It's little cute little. I fucking wish.
Speaking of, did you see the Pomeranian Husky mix?
Mm-mm.
It looks like a fox.
Oh yeah.
Dope.
It looks like.
Yeah.
Just get Joe a direwolf.
It's
Direwolf.
a weird mixed dog.
What kind of dog?
It's
Same,
a-
same.
Chihuahua
Blended
mixed
dog.
with a pug. Mixed with a see the pug. The same look when I heard pug. I was like,
Ew.
But the lab and the Chihuahua did wonders for that damn dog because I don't find pugs cute at all. And for everyone who thinks pugs are adorable, you're fucking weird.
No, there are some people who just legitimately think that like ugly things are cute.
Or
It's
people
ugly,
who like
it's almost cute.
old people like usually skin.
Listen. There's ugly and then there's damn, and pugs are damn.
You know, there's a frog like that.
Remember the little girl from Ant-Man? It's so ugly. I love it.
There's a frog like that. I don't remember what it's called, but it has a lot of extra flabby skin. So that because it lives high in the mountains and it stays underwater for long periods
That
of time,
doesn't even come across as like a
and it
pug.
fills its extra skin with air so it can stay under.
That's gross.
Yeah, I forget the name of the frog. Is up in the mountains though.
Which mountain?
Only amphibian.
It's been a minute.
That deals with like frogs. I can think of the one that has a holes in the back because it fucks with people who have like the phobia of holes.
Trypophobia.
Yeah. And it's like, oh,
I know, I
and
have
and
it.
the mother.
Every time I fucking think about that goddamn frog or the fucking lotus pods, I'm just like, ugh.
Bio boom.
Sometimes you get it from the randomest thing. Like I was looking at a pothole the other day and I was just like, why is this bothering me?
Just gonna like walk by Justin one day and throw a trap hoe card at him like.
That doesn't do shit.
Yeah, it's like I want the dog, but I'm still like fucked up.
Yeah.
And then you can't really
Got me fucked up.
can't have a cat and a dog in the house either, so we have to wait till like after they move out to even do that.
Yeah, who are we getting to move in?
And that's the other issue that I was like saying. We need to find 2 people to come up in here, or at least one other person to move in here. Otherwise, can't stay here.
Hey, what's up?
Over, I'm like, can't live with no niggas.
Fucking me! I'm not gonna say that.
Do it. I want him to get in trouble.
Because he knows damn well, like, every time in the morning he's gonna see you, he's gonna be like, orderly.
It's the Whack and the Furious.
Every 6 o'clock in the fucking morning, all you hear is ding, 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 ding. God damn it! It's 6 in the morning.
Exactly.
What would be worse, that or hearing Sonny's constant fucking meowing?
Well, see, then I have the cathartic. I have the cathartic moment of being able to tell Sonny to shut the fuck up. Like, Sonny, shut the fuck up.
He's still
He's
going.
like,
He keeps going.
Could be worse.
I told him to shut up like 5 times last night. He was still like.
You gotta put some bass in your voice. Let him know you ain't tripping.
Could be worse. You guys could have Dolphins move in. Yeah, that was funny. You were trying to get Sonny to come down last night. You were like, "Hey, Sonny, and then you were really trying, and then you didn't realize I was casting murderous intent on Sonny like from over there. I was just like, it's a fucking JoJo villain, just go. So he looked straight at me and he was like, "Nah, I'm good." Nah, sometimes he's been walking in my room lately. Just trying to finish the job.
Which is weird because he doesn't normally come in my room, like unless Steven walks in my room.
This dude,
that's the reason why.
Like he'll literally like.
But he's starting to do it without him going in there.
He'll literally like take like I'll be sitting there playing the game and he'll like walk over to my door and like look in like of course I got headphones on, but I can hear like. I'm like, the fuck is that? And so I take off my headphones, like I hear
just
it again.
wanted you to know.
And I see him just I see him standing there at the door, like looking at me. Then he hisses again and then walks off. It's like,
man, what's up, bro?
Menacingly. That's one of the reasons I don't keep my door open because he walked in. One time I fell asleep in the room when nobody else was home, and I woke up to him in front of my face. I was like,
oh
no. Because I know he throws up. He likes to throw up places, and I'm like, I'm not cleaning that shit. If he throws up,
you with the hey.
If he rub his butt on your face,
no. If he threw up, in my room, I would have made Steven clean it. I would be like, bro, come on. Not like the fucking carpet where they just let him throw up and then just leave it, and just let it flake off and turn into whatever. I was like, that's fucking disgusting. I hate that shit. That's why we need to get a new vacuum cleaner.
I keep saying that. I have the stuff in my Amazon cart. I just can't afford to do it all on my own.
You know what else you can put in your Amazon cart? Apparently, OG Super Soakers are coming back. Woo.
See, I love water guns and all that stuff, but I'm more of a Nerf guy. I really want to have a Nerf war. Like I
then
seriously want to have a Nerf war.
better news for you because Nerf is making like Halo weapons. Yeah, they showed a fucking needler.
I want the needler.
What about a gravity hammer?
What?
Gravity hammer.
That can't be a Nerf thing because I'd smack the fuck out of everybody.
See, the way it would work though.
You already have those.
Gravity hammer when you hit like Nerf
hammer.
Well, no, just like a Nerf hammer. I swore they had like
Nerf hammers.
You think Dustin has a gravity hammer?
I need a good. Dustin definitely does. You know why? Because apparently Dustin showed me my friend that works on Destiny. He showed me the Bungie's like security guard or whatever. The motherfucker has a gravity hammer. He's a big ass dude that's basically like me times Joe. with a gravity hammer. I'm like, fucking... Ain't nobody breaking in that place. Shit. God damn. I wonder if it works. I hope it works.
It's possible.
So I can fucking steal it from him one day.
Do you gonna survive that encounter?
All they do is get it out of his hands. Just like, I don't know.
Oh, cool.
Throw a baby at him or something. Ooh.
There's some PS5 news. Apparently, the PS5 manufacturing cost is $450 per unit, and they haven't put a price on it yet. That's just the manufacturing cost.
So that means it's gonna be like a buttload of money. It's gonna be like $1,200.
Yeah, the manufacturing cost is $450.
Weren't they saying that? I don't know if it's true or not, but wasn't Sony saying this might be their last console?
That I don't know. But if they're doing the whole, like, you don't need consoles anymore, just
I
upgrades.
think the cloud computing thing, yeah, so it might end up being one of those things where it's kind of like Windows 10, like we're not making Windows 10 or 11 or whatever anymore, we're just like upgrading the thing we have.
Right.
So it might end up, that's the way that consoles kind of wants to go, but like there's too much bullshit in terms of like infrastructure for internet and all this other stuff that like holds people back from that kind of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a coral pink Switch Lite coming out. So for all of you Switch fans who like coral pink, if you know what coral pink is, look up Pokemon Corsola. There you go. Because it looks like that. It looks like a Corsola. Because of the color. Which isn't bad, actually.
That's the color that Winter Soldier had at his wedding, I think.
Yeah.
It was either coral or salmon.
Yeah, coral pink isn't too bad. I think salmon's a little deeper.
I remember because I was yelling at his wife. I'm like, there is no fucking difference here. She's like, there is a difference. You don't fucking know. And I'm still like, okay, Jessica.
Also, Nintendo expects shortages of Switches in Europe and North America. Because of the coronavirus and, distribution and manufacturing.
I guess that makes sense.
Yeah.
Now, is the coronavirus or is it actually the T-virus?
That's what I've been trying to figure out for a while.
Yeah, because wasn't Jason saying that it might be like a man-made thing or some shit, or like,
well, like
weaponized.
Yeah, then I saw a video about it too. Like they were saying the same thing.
And didn't like the hospital or whatever have like the Umbrella Corporation's like logo,
Yeah,
but it was like white and blue instead of red and blue.
I can't remember if
Yeah, the
someone
Ground Zero
Or
site.
red and white.
Yeah.
Coincidence? I think not.
Fucking kid keeps disappearing in his room. Anyway, fucking so apparently Tom Holland and Chris Pratt want to start a D&D game with Avengers castmates.
Yeah, I heard about that one.
Can't watch it.
Why not?
Because Tom Holland's a racist.
Because he cut his hair?
Yeah, he's a skinhead. You can't. He ruined it.
Are we just gonna have the same conversation as last night? So you can see the process that got us to racist but right.
It's just sad.
Fucking alright.
It's hurtful.
Alright.
I believe in you, Tom.
Now,
Do you hate?
are they going to have to, like, don their costumes?
That'd be interesting.
That'd be tight. They should do that.
I doubt they would do that though.
I mean, some of them wouldn't be too hard. Like,
Some of them are
Star-Lord is
not that into that kind of
like
shit.
Star-Lord is super easy. Spider-Man is super easy. I feel like Black Panther would be a little work.
Hawkeye would probably
Hawkeye would
do
be
it.
easy.
So
Black
Jeremy
Widow would
Renner's
be easy.
cool with doing that.
In terms of just, like, the costume, not in terms of people doing it.
In terms of, like, so...
Iron Man would be work.
What's her name might not... She's not really a nerd. I always forget her name. Fucking Scarlett Johansson. She's kind of like...
I mean, actually, I do wear black leather, though.
Yeah, right.
Like, her, that's super easy.
Just get, like, the fucking Black Widow belt. And put on any black leather catsuit and you're good.
I
Now-
thought she was.
I thought so too, but there have been times where she like, I don't know. Maybe it's because I don't know exactly what type of nerd she is. But like I don't know. She seems like she looks down upon a lot of this stuff.
Oh, again, I don't really get through all the interviews with celebrities. I'll probably do like maybe one or two. And then it's like, okay, that's all I need to know. And just never go back and see anything new. But I swear she was like, she's not that big into gaming or anime.
Well, yeah, no.
But I think the comic
Why
books.
would she be? Fucking.
You know who likes
No, she does watch anime. She doesn't watch. She's not a huge anime fan.
Well, yeah, she's like a
she
casual
watches
anime
it.
fan.
Yeah.
You know who likes anime? Samuel L. Jackson. And apparently he likes hentai too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
It
I
would
do.
be easy to do too. Just like that.
That's why he did what's his name, Afro Samurai, because he's like, I'm already into anime, so why not? Fucking, that could be interesting though. It'd almost be like Dan Harmon's thing where they do the D&D and then somebody animates it. That'd be fucking dope. I kind of had that. I had that idea ever since I saw Community when they had their D&D episode, but like I don't have any friends who are animators, so it's like heck.
I did some animation stuff, and it was interesting, but
And it wouldn't be anything like super crazy. It wouldn't even really be animation. My version would probably just be like your thing that you were watching the other day, where it's like only a more simplified version, because I think they like move in that shit. Just be like stills. Just like
you don't want the
it's stills.
It is stills.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You don't want the moving. You don't want Ghibli
You
D&D.
just change positions, so they're stills, but
Oh, okay.
yeah.
What you say?
You don't want Ghibli D&D.
Ghibli.
Have Studio Ghibli animate the D&D sessions.
I think fucking Hayao Miyazaki's gonna come out of retirement to do that shit.
Possibly. Oh goddamn!
Tell him we got Neil deGrasse Tyson on it.
Oh
Yeah, right.
I'm gonna tell you the truth. I would actually like to record the D&D sessions.
Okay.
So it's like we could just put them on here and be like, this is how we are. They can finally see the Pulp Fiction poster.
Yeah. Where would you put the camera?
Probably in the little area right there. They can get everybody.
You want to have like a top-down thing? Or whatever?
Actually, no. I'll have it be behind me.
Why behind you?
Because it
See
can get
everybody?
everybody.
Okay. Are you trying to? I mean, with that, it'd be nice to have like two cameras, so you could have a camera on people and then also on like whatever board or whatever we're looking at.
Well, if it's behind me, you'll have it up. You can still see the board.
It depends how wide you can go with the camera.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you're getting that beefy camera you were saying, it shouldn't be a problem though.
That'd be dope to have another camera for dice rolls too. Like a camera in the corner that's just trained on like your dice.
That's what I was trying to do for HeroClix.
Yeah.
I was going to use the webcam for it. That's why I was trying to get the dice trays made. But I have the materials, I just haven't finished
Do
it.
that and then whatever. It's like
I told you.
Nat 1.
Carl has like a
Have to be like
half-made
slow mo.
Carl has like a half-made like Iron Man suit in his house. he starts things. He's just like, next thing. What if I made a gravity hammer?
That would be awesome.
Gets the whole plans for it together, and they're just like, a fucking Iron Man suit. Dr. Doom suit. Fuck that. No, wait. Helicarrier. You got a helicarrier in your house? Under your house? He probably does.
Give it that shit.
Yeah, fuck the school next door to you. It's just like, all the kids are like,
I was
oh
actually-
my god, what the fuck?
I was talking to somebody about that, about if like stores had like you know how they have like company softball and stuff? If they had like company Nerf Wars or paintball and they got like really, really crazy. And
There
they had
was a
like
place that did that.
their like the parking lots for the stores will go to the side and like helicarriers come out to carry their people to the battlefield.
I saw
Walmart versus Lowe's. Just
I saw a thing where it was what is it? It was a construction company and they all just happen to play paintball, so they do that and they challenge other companies. And it's funny because most of the time the other companies don't have like everyone plays paintball, so it's always like 5 or 6 paintball pros versus like regular people who just have a gun. It never ends well. It's like, why?
Honestly, they need to get a commentator for that.
How that is.
Paintballing, Winter Soldier can bring you. He's still good at it.
Because I'm a good shot with like a gun, but I feel like it's completely different with a paintball gun.
Slightly different.
Is it only slightly different?
At least that's what he says. But yeah, he can bring you. There's a paintball place right around the corner. Yeah.
Where?
Over near the airport, behind the airport, near the traffic control tower.
You know where the escape room is?
I'll just no.
There's an
Olympic Bowl.
There's
Kind
an
of
escape
near
room
where
over there?
Olympic Bowl used to be. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
We'd go there. Fuck it.
I'm just imagining Yeah, playing paintball and you have some commentators. Pentakill.
It is next to the
Killing
airport,
spree.
so that escape room might be a front for like trafficking, human trafficking. It's fucked up, but yeah. At least if I'm in a mall, like I know there's no way you could get me to like an airstrip.
I want to go and do mini golf, glow in the dark mini golf.
I kind of want. Ooh, never mind.
Isn't that the one that's in like
Greece.
Greece?
Does Digimon have one out there?
I
would assume so. That's where all the white people
what's his
are.
name had it.
It did, but it went. That one shut down and went over
To the one in Greece.
Yeah.
Okay. That's cool.
I believe,
I think
unless they reopen it because they're gutting everything and just making it.
I think they're shutting down Marketplace.
Yeah, they're shutting it down.
Strip malls or something.
Well, they're supposed to be.
It's gonna be like how
now.
it's gonna be like how that other plaza is over there where Toys R Us used to be. It's
Or they're
just
going to
be like
add
strips.
a U of R thing to it too.
Nice.
Possibly. U of R is buying up all this different shit, so
You are just trying to turn.
They're trying to be
into
Disney.
a whole campus.
you know what they're trying to do? They're trying to do the same thing that
Disney's doing.
Buying up everything.
Well, there's a hospital back home for me that's doing the same exact thing where they're buying up this entire fucking area and like forcing. They're not really forcing people out of their houses, but like they kind of are. And they're just making like an entire. It's kind of dope because it's like if you need any medical shit, you can just go to that part of town. There's a CVS there where you can just get your prescriptions and stuff. There's multiple different like
Wait.
specialized doctors. But
Are they already preparing for the zombie apocalypse?
I fucking guess so. I don't fucking know.
Well, because they kind of are forcing people out of their homes after they'll be like, all right, can we buy your house? And you could live there and do this rent and and they think because they give them such an offer that they kind of can't refuse.
Yeah, everybody else says yes, and you're the only person that says no. Then they're eventually gonna like force you out.
Like, no,
They'll still give you, but they
fever.
have to give you money. But
Like my
they'll still force you
grandmother,
out.
they were trying to get my grandmother spot us on Genesee Street, that the apartment building that I showed you. It's across from that. They've been trying to, for like the past 12 years, been trying to get that from her, and it's like, that's it. For one, my grandmother is not cheap. You just can't give her an offer and be like, she'll take it.
Better just hope it's not some kind of like Wilson Fisk thing. You saw the rest of season 2, right?
No.
Daredevil. He hasn't seen the hole that leads to nowhere.
Well, because the person I was watching it with decided not to be around me anymore, so
Wait, what?
Justin.
Oh, you're waiting for me to... Big bro, I came back and you watched like halfway through the second season. I was like, oh, he's doing it without me. Okay. I thought you finished it.
No.
Okay, well, let's keep watching that shit.
I didn't get halfway through because, I fell asleep and that's where it was.
So I saw you awake with that on. I was like, oh, okay, he must have gotten to here and he was watching without me. Okay.
That's because I woke up. I was like, oh. And I was like...
Wow.
Well, just like when I woke up for like the last 2-3 minutes. No, the last minute for Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Oh my god! You watch the whole. I don't want to fucking fall asleep. Falls asleep like 10 minutes in, and then fucking wakes up 2 minutes before the end. It's like fucking.
Of the last, it was 3 episodes. So I went to sleep for, might as well say 3 episodes.
Pretty much, yeah. It's fucking crazy. Speaking of, so your boy Daniel Radcliffe, they might get him to play Moon Knight. Moon Knight, I think it would be a TV show. I don't think it'd be.
Which Moon Knight? Do you know?
Hasn't only ever been one guy.
Well, I mean, like old design or new design. I mean,
they might go with new design because I think it's cooler. It's easier to fucking pull off than
the old design looks so much cooler though.
Old design is cooler because it's like dude in a hood and like basically like white Batman suit kind of like a Taskmaster hood.
Yeah.
But then the new one,
like in betweener.
The new one kind of just has like almost like a Rorschach vibe where he's just got this like mask on and it's just got like a little moon on the forehead and he's just wearing a white suit. So they might, I don't know which way they're gonna go with it, especially because that story was like I don't know how far that story went and where they're going with that, but if they do go with that story, that'll be interesting because one of the things about Moon Knight that's always been crazy is the multiple personalities aspect of it.
I wonder how they would do that. Would it be like him doing it, or would they have like other people's voices?
They'd have to get different actors to like play because physically he looks different too. I think sometimes. And then it'd be a whole thing of like, is he just a mental patient or is he actually Moon Knight or whatever? Like it's gonna be
it's
like
season 1 all in his head.
Yeah, right. Because there's strong, like if you read that comic, there's strong evidence to support both sides, and they don't really ever tell you if he's like, oh yeah, no, he's just a mental patient. So it's like, don't know. So yeah, that should be good. Moon Knight's an interesting character. He's it'll be a breath of fresh air because he's not going to be in New York. He'll probably be in I think he's in California.
How can it be fresh air if he's in California?
I think California is where Count Nefaria is.
Possibly. With the 50 states initiative, though, everybody's spread out now.
Yeah.
So it's not as bad. We're like you only getting story from New York, but still. So.
So I think Count Nefaria was in California, and I think Punisher had to go there to handle some business, and they encountered each other, if I remember correctly. Could be misremembering. It's a lot of information.
I think Moon Knight might have been part of the West Coast Avengers. Possibly.
West Covina.
So Daniel Radcliffe as him would be interesting.
So I wonder.
Good actor, so I mean,
yeah.
I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I wonder if his current show was finished then. The where he like works for God or something like that.
Did that show get canceled?
I thought it got a season 2.
There's a couple different shows about like God and stuff like that lately.
What show is that?
Is that like Good Omens?
Yeah,
or was that the other one?
Because there's
Purple
another
Man
one.
is in one.
Yeah, Purple Man's in one, and Daniel Radcliffe is in the other one.
That's the one that Purple Man was in was the one that it got in trouble for some shit that they did in one of the episodes, I think, or they got like controversies.
Isn't Good Omen the one where the angel and
David Tennant.
demon or the devil or whatever is working together to like save the world or some shit like that?
Trying to remember. So it might be the other one. I think it was one
Daniel
where
Radcliffe's one is like the heaven's overpopulated or something.
Yeah,
like that.
something like that, or like God is bored or something. And like Daniel Radcliffe and a bunch of other ones are trying to like save the world. I don't remember.
Yeah,
but I saw a trailer for something, and Daniel Radcliffe's face was like speckled in blood, and I thought that was for season 2 of that show.
That could have been that weird ass movie he's gonna be in where they like bolted guns to his hands.
Right? Could be.
Because remember we saw the trailer for that, the fucking movie where he's got the guns bolted to his hands. It's fucking weird.
Well, because I was wondering when that was going to get released.
Chick with no fucking eyebrows is just like chasing him.
She is Super Saiyan 3.
that fucking brow, yeah, kind of. God damn.
Oh, you remember the game Synaptic Drive we were talking about? The guy who made Direct to Custom Robo was working on a new game. It's supposed to be getting a release date soon.
Custom.
So I think I was talking about it, and I think you talked about it before too.
Yeah, we found out about it from different things, but at the same time.
Yeah. They're supposed to be getting a release date pretty soon, so that should be interesting. Because Custom Robo was a great game.
Yeah,
it's great, but they don't want to do anything with it.
Put so many hours into that game.
Why would you make a game like that and then just be like?
I mean, they made a handheld game.
The fuck out of my office.
But it was like it wasn't the same.
Yeah.
They made it. I think it might have been for the DS or the 3DS.
Yeah.
But it also didn't have the same kind of like hit. It didn't have the same kind of weight to it either because it flew under the radar. Right?
Yeah, there was one in Japan. Japan has had multiple ones. Because remember there was the Robo that his dad used, that was the Rayo 1 or something like that, and that was from like the original game over in Japan.
That thing was nasty too. It was a glass cannon, but it was like high tier glass cannon though.
Yeah, it was quick.
Yeah,
it was Hiei. It was a squishy Hiei.
Yep.
Or tiny Katakuri. Yeah, that shit was dope, and it looked more like a Mega Man type thing rather than like a robot, which was kind of dope.
Yeah. Thoroughly enjoyed that game. Might have to play that again.
And apparently, Robert Downey Jr. might jump ship to DC.
What?
Because they're talking about. So apparently, they wanted Tom Cruise to be Green Lantern.
I thought they were going for John Stewart.
I don't fucking. Wow. I don't even ask. Fucking. I don't know what the fuck they're trying to do.
Last I heard, they were trying to get a Jon Stewart Green Lantern.
I honestly have no idea what the fuck they're trying to do. They're not trying to do a cohesive thing, even though they got Margot Robbie back for the thing. Birds of Prey doesn't exist in the same fucking universe, even though, like, the actor's the same. It's like...
Really?
It's not a Suicide Squad 2. It's not.
Alright. Same universe thing just brought something up in my head, but I'm going to get to that after this. So.
But yeah, fucking... So, Robert Downey Jr. might play Hal Jordan. Because they're trying to get Tom Cruise, but Tom Cruise might not want to do it because... you saw what happened to Ryan Reynolds. But yeah.
Ryan wouldn't even want to go anywhere near.
Oh, fuck no. Unless it was to, like, shit on it.
But, I mean, he does it already with Deadpool.
No, but, like, shit directly on it. Instead of shitting, like, in its front lawn, like, go into its house and shit on it.
So I wonder, would it be like
Don't ever say shit covered to me again.
No, I don't think Robert can do
Frosted fucking cake.
I don't think he would be a good one.
For Hal Jordan, probably not.
You know who could probably pull it off? Chris Evans. I think he could pull off a Hal Jordan.
I can see that.
Just because of like how Hal Jordan is, he has that serious but like kind of like quirkiness to him, and that was basically him as Human Torch.
Pretty much, yeah.
So like he could do
just tone down the wildness a little bit and
Yeah.
just keep the serious, goofy. Who would be a good other than Idris Elba? Who would be a good Jon Stewart?
Rob Beckett.
Rob Beckett. You mean Teeth McGee? Yeah, that guy's a guy.
There you go, Joe.
That guy's nothing but teeth.
I heard Common was interested in a Jon Stewart.
Common might actually be good.
Who would be Guy Gardner?
Make the Undertaker take all the fucking dye out of his hair, then he could be Guy Gardner. Apparently he's ginger, and I didn't fucking know that.
Dude.
I didn't. Or maybe my child brain was like, nope, too traumatic. Forget it. Burn it. You don't need to remember this. Just burn it.
I read it.
Yeah. You see his son too.
He dyes his hair.
All the times I've seen him. You are talking about Mark Calloway, right?
Did you read it?
The original, like, Undertaker, yeah.
Okay.
Did you read it?
Unless all the time he's been at WWE, he's always been dyeing it to where it's like blondish or whatever.
He had like a really early showing where he had it in red because when I looked it up, I was like,
I think in Japan,
like he was in the ring and had like and I was like, remember because I kept saying
because you said had Jew curls.
Remember because I said he had all that forehead. And I was like that was the story I was looking at, or the picture I was looking at. All that forehead. Nah, but Guy Gardner, I'm trying to think who would be a good redhead.
Oh, and now he's
you know who's
evangelicus now. Now he's an evangelicus.
Evangelicus?
He's probably no Jellicus. Because he's still the Undertaker. He can't be the full thing. But he's like in those churches and all that shit and doing all that stuff now. It's like, I don't know if I could.
Fucking weird.
what?
Yeah, it's Michelle's fault though. It's completely her fault.
Yeah.
Because he was like, yeah, no, I'm not going there. No, refused like most of that marriage, and then she finally got him, and now he's like, oh Jesus is the way.
Yeah,
I can't picture that.
If you don't go to that fucking.
It's so weird.
She's like, if you don't go to that fucking church, I'm gonna cut your finger off like Amber Heard did to fucking Johnny Depp. That's not funny.
Just had to go there, didn't you?
It's fucked up. I saw someone put up a picture of his finger. I was like, ooh, like after she cut off part of it. I was like,
I didn't even see that.
it's fucking gross. It's gotten to the point where like nowadays when you go on Facebook, you gotta be like, whenever you look at the fucking the obscured shit, you gotta be like, I'm a big tough man. This is not gonna fucking bother me. I'm not gonna fucking wince at this shit. You uncover, you're like, oh, oh shit! I saw this dude get like his face cut open because of fucking, what was it, a deer? He got too close to the deer, not knowing it wasn't dead. So he's standing over like, oh wow, is it? So he's got this huge gash in the side of his head. I was like,
I mean, Justin's still scarred by the gymnastics girl who broke like. Yeah.
I guess the biggest one for him is dealing with Anderson Silva.
The rubber leg.
Wait, what?
The gum leg.
Yeah, he went to go for a kick, and you see his leg wrap around the other dude like to give it a hug.
Yeah.
no, there was a dude. There was
so nasty.
There was a football one that was way worse because he like landed on the stump. Fuck all of you for making. Oh. And then he got tackled afterwards too, so it like twisted the leg. Anyway, fucking Anderson Silva was bad. Anderson Silva was probably the first time I'd ever seen some shit like that, like a person's leg just break like that.
Yeah.
And it was just on TV. I remember watching that with I was watching that with like Nick and them, I think, because I was back in college. When did that happen? Like 2012, 2013, something like that.
Something.
Yeah.
You want to say 13, 14? Yeah.
Yeah, I was back in college. That shit was crazy as fuck.
He hasn't been the same since.
Yeah, no. But I'm trying to think. I don't know who could play Guy Gardner, but you know who'd be good for Simon Baz would be Cress Williams, dude who plays Black Lightning. He'd be a pretty good Simon Baz.
What about Kyle?
Kyle Rayner, Colin Farrell. Colin Farrell would be okay with that. What the other guy? There's Kyle Rayner, whatever his name is. There was, who's the middle person? It was Hal, then
John.
But I thought there was another white guy in between. Or maybe another white guy after Rayner, because wasn't he Ion for a little bit? Like he had the power battery thing, and then they're like, well, you can't be just like, that's not fair to just put you on Earth. So
yeah,
someone
I'm trying
else.
to remember. Well, I mean, there's a newer one too. He's like American Palestinian or something. I don't know his name.
There's like I'm pretty sure there's like a Green Lantern for like there's like an Asian one. There's a Hispanic dude. There's a Middle Eastern chick. There's an Asian woman, I think, too. There's a couple black people. There's like Simon Baz is technically like Lebanese, but like he's still black, I guess.
I'm trying to think.
So he's.
That's weird.
Yeah.
That's just weird.
I had to show them the picture of the church that he was at. They actually.
It's the Undertaker.
I watched the whole interview, and I'm thinking it's like a WWE interview type thing, and they're all just there. But they're doing the prayers and all that stuff, and I was like,
doesn't that remind you of
how he got into getting into Christ and all that mess?
Palace from what's his name?
Way too weird.
I was like, yo, I don't know if I could deal with you being like this, bro.
Yeah.
Remember they did like the cathedral or whatever over top the kind of reminds me of that for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah, it was. I couldn't deal with that.
No. Why not though?
It's weird.
Why not? Yeah.
And how do you go from being like somewhat of a hitman to well, he wasn't a hitman.
He's somewhat of a hitman.
He was the guy that the bookies would call to go get their money.
Yeah. He was what Rock was in the Rundown.
Yeah, that was him, and while also bouncing at
Thunder,
bars and whatnot.
Lightning. Say hello.
I thought the weirdest thing I would ever see him do, ever, was have a pillow fight on.
Was he giggling?
What was it? Leno.
He had a pillow fight?
Yeah, they have him be in a pillow fight. It was exactly
what
the weirdest fight, but this was during his American Badass phase.
I mean, even with that, that's still weird.
I was like, "Are you legit?"
Was it like that Michelle Rodriguez pillow fight?
Rodriguez.
where like it was like something gets real.
Oh yeah.
Sniper's bleeding. You're like, oh.
I forgot all about that.
That shit was crazy.
Dude's looking in the mirror like, ah.
That was awesome.
Creeping in the window.
Yo, his children don't look like him though.
What you trying to say? You trying to say?
Let the Undertaker hear that.
But Sean McCool was getting some cool. Anyway.
Cool dick.
Carlito Caribbean Cool.
He needs to come back. He lost.
Why do all the Undertaker's kids look like fucking Arnaldo? What's up with that?
Yeah, don't get me in trouble with him.
Did you hear church bells?
You just heard the
You know, come through like the Pope from freaking Shield Hero. You don't have the hat on there.
Oh, it's Kimmel.
The lights go out and he's come back on. He's just here. It's like, how the lights go out? It's the sun.
Nah, see, it got to be worse. You got to be like in the bathroom on the toilet, and he pops up in front of you while you're in the toilet.
No, yeah, you're just sitting there on the toilet, and he just fucking leans up like that. He fucking sits up between
You know he
your
gonna
legs.
kill him with that. I would just run if I see it.
It's just like, are you really having a pillow fight right now? Like, you are ruining your whole image for me. Like, I'm glad I saw this after I kind of stopped watching wrestling, because I would be like, yo, I don't know if you could be my number one right now. Cause this
Pillow
is,
fight, man.
this has gotten bad. I really couldn't believe it. Yo, he did just slap the shit out of him, though.
Okay, that stopped
been
being
beating
a
him to the
pillow fight.
ground.
It wasn't like ha ha ha, girls fighting.
I mean, but still, it's kind of weird.
He's just like,
Exactly.
You see the way he's holding the pillow by the end like that? That's maximum damage.
You know what that remind me of a little bit?
It's still claws filled
We
with
don't know
feathers.
what's in that. We don't know what's in that pillow. Could have been fucking memory foam. Could hurt like a bitch.
Whole bunch of batteries.
Conform to your face.
No, for the pure fact that you have a dude who's 6'10" and just came down like that with a fucking pillow, and this dude is still standing, it's not memory foam. Because I can barely get hit by one of my pillows that is their memory foam by Jeremy. Because he damn near knocked me out.
Abuse. Let him abuse you like that.
Like, do you know someone who has spousal trauma? Call this number now.
I like it rough, but sometimes you leave the memory foam out of it.
You know what that reminded me of?
I mean, I know there's a certain someone that works at a certain restaurant that,
We fucking yo. She's fucking. I feel bad for her.
Joe, you know what that reminds me of? Did you see when Jason Momoa and I think it was it Conan, and they had that water fight? They were throwing the water at each other. Jason Momoa was hitting them like they had buckets of water. It was Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah, the water war. That fuck because he wore that bowler hat. I remember that shit.
He was hitting them mad hard.
Yeah.
I mean,
him and Chris.
There was water.
That was a
good
game.
Also, for no reason, he probably just.
I'm trying to think who else did that.
I'm pretty sure we all seen the Super Bowl commercial where he took off his.
That shit was weird.
I was not like you told me
know
it
the
was
truth.
weird, but watching it, I was like, I am so uncomfortable right now.
I was dying when I saw that.
Losing him as a viable option, like on top of having to look at J-Lo, women were pissed this fucking Super Bowl. Like they had nothing. It was fucking dumb. And then the companies were just like, the Super Bowl commercials weren't all that great because it was like, you had all these companies that were just, it was weird. It was like the parent company would just make one commercial for all of their products. So you're sitting there watching a person walk through a house and they're just like, yeah, man, I got these Doritos and these fucking Mountain Dews and the fucking, yeah, I got like this fucking car over there. It's like, bro, why did you all come together to... It's like they crowdsourced their fucking shit.
Yeah,
commercials
weren't as good this year.
Let's all put our money in. Maybe we can make a commercial.
They still have the Clydesdale commercial.
The what?
Because normally they always have one with the Clydesdales, the horses.
I don't think there was one this year.
No. Because I think it's normally like
That could've been
Budweiser
when I got up to get
or
pizza, though.
it's normally a beer company that does it.
My friend's mom burnt the pizza, and I was like, it's not darker than me. I'll still eat it.
they broke tradition.
Yeah. I've never noticed you said a horse commercial?
Yeah.
No, it's not. They always have those horses
commercial.
in the Super Bowl commercial. They've been in there for like so long.
I think there was one.
You sure?
Yeah, I think there was a random commercial that just had horses in it, and I was like, okay.
Because it's the one that has the fur on their feet.
Yeah.
And they're like always.
I know we watched that fucking pony.
I must have just done.
You know, they're about like 16 hands tall.
I didn't watch the Super
Dumbest
Bowl.
form
I
of
did
measurement.
definitely watch Shakira and Jay. I definitely
Actually,
watched that.
wasn't somebody asking about pony names in the chat? Or horse names or something like that?
Jason
Yeah.
said that, didn't
Okay.
he?
I don't remember. Because I hopped in the chat.
No,
Was it
Eric.
Eric? Okay.
Eric said that.
Sounds about
Why
right.
was he
Yeah.
asking for a pony?
I don't remember because when I hopped in the chat to drop the
Ooh,
video.
yeah, Daniel. Ooh, yeah.
So look at me like
Daniel.
that.
Ooh, yeah, Daniel. Don't.
What?
Yo. Oh my god.
Surprised I never got a game. That would have been a great fighting game.
Oh wait, like the
Talking
actual
about,
thing, or talking about what he was thinking?
I think they had like an online game.
Like, if Danny Phantom had a fighting game, that
Just
probably
a
would have
game
been
called-
pretty solid.
I know like they did like quite a few like
Or
games, like online games for like some of the shows.
like didn't Cartoon Network have like
Oh my
a
God,
crossover
Kool,
game? If they
super
would have did that and threw Danny Phantom in there, that would have been great. Like Smash with like just all of them.
Yeah, they
Because there was a
tried to do
crossover
something
game
like
thing.
that.
I just don't remember.
Nickelodeon
was
is
it
weird.
was it Nickelodeon or was it Cartoon Network?
Nickelodeon is weird because they do stuff like that, but they make them online games.
Okay.
So Cartoon Network has like its
Cartoon Network has like a legitimate game, I think, but Nickelodeon doesn't do that. Nickelodeon does like online games and they're bullshit.
I was saying Cartoon Network more so does online games. They have one console game.
They have the it's
like a racing.
Oh, is it?
Is
They
it?
do. There is a racing game, and then there's also I think like way back for Cartoon, like when they were around that time when they had characters. Fucking, they didn't rely on one or two shows to survive. They had like a fighting game, but it might have been just like it might not have been console. It might have been like handheld or something like that.
Oh,
For Cartoon Network, I remember them starting out with the online stuff.
I need to see
Because
Hawks.
you had like the Looney Tune football one.
Do you remember the fucking
Vegas?
It was the game that they had where there was like it was a mash together of all the different universes of Cartoon Network shows, and I forgot what it's called, like Fusion Fall or something like that. And you would just play as you get like a little sprite of one of your characters, so like you get a little sprite of like I don't know Dexter or like Samurai Jack or a Powerpuff Girl.
That
or something
sounds
like that.
yeah, Fusion Fall.
Yeah,
that was
it
on
came out
the
with
website though.
Yeah.
That was on their website.
You know what game I used to like on Cartoon Network? Megas XLR. That game was so much fun.
Every time a friend of mine's mom she kept saying
Is that the
She kept thinking
show
I
with
was-
like the dude in the giant car?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She kept thinking I was saying mega sex LR, and I'm sitting there
You
like
probably were.
I wasn't
Just
though.
to mess with her.
I wasn't though.
You tell me like after she said that too, you never messed with her by saying that?
I didn't.
I don't believe you.
I
You
wouldn't fuck with a person's- I
type
wouldn't
of
fuck with a
person-
person's parents though, dude.
Yes, you would.
Nah.
You're getting a call.
mean-
I think. Yeah, you're getting a call.
Oh no.
Is it important?
Possibly. It's for my home phone number or home.
Bill collectors.
Right? They
Have
probably
you made your car payment today?
no.
I love when I get those calls like your car insurance is like I don't have a car.
Or the car warranty shit. That shit is fucking annoying. I'm like my warranty's already up, so bye.
Oh, do you guys get that? I get your social security number has been terminated, and it's like
What?
Fucking what kind of bullshit war crime did you commit for your social security card to be revoked?
it's like
They
what?
don't even do that for felons.
It's like, okay, bye.
What did you do?
Nothing. It's just I didn't make payments on it.
Wow.
I was like, what?
I personally know people who've never had a job, who've never paid taxes, and yet still get to have their social security number. So that's bullshit. The fuck.
And then they're talking
My
about,
cousin's
there's a
never
warrant
worked
out for your arrest. If that's the case, you have my number, which means you know where I live. You can come and get me.
Yeah, pretty much. Or a warrant out for your arrest. You have my cell phone. You can ping me off the closest tower and just come find me.
Like, you can get me, but you gotta catch me first. Get these hands.
It's weird. I like to walk to work, and I have like weird, like little daydreams of me just fucking up cops for whatever reason. Because I always see a cop, and is driving by, and he's just, I'm watching you. And in my head, I was like, I want him to get out of the car and just say something stupid. So
You ever seen
Beat him up, Grand Theft Auto stuff.
Bruh, I feel like they're gonna go back to listen to this when you go to become a cop. And you be like,
no, gonna be.
they're gonna kick you out, but then IA is gonna be Internal Affairs is gonna be like, hey man, come work for us. Punch cops in the face, yeah.
You know what it's gonna be? Key and Peele. He was like, I didn't do it, and they tried to arrest him. They just played his record. It's gonna be punch a cop in the face. No, let's play this record.
I just punched a cop in the face. No.
yeah, because they were saying like, rappers always rap themselves out on their own songs.
But I was gonna say,
Put up with that nigga and smacked him with the Hennessy.
There's this movie, Jake Gyllenhaal and best character in Ant-Man.
Paul Rudd. Well, I mean, he is the best.
Arnaldo's cousin.
Michael Pena.
Yeah, Michael Pena.
You said who in Michael Pena?
Jake Gyllenhaal.
Jake Gyllenhaal, Michael.
The Watch. End of Watch. Have you ever seen that, Joe?
No, I keep meaning to.
There's a scene in that movie where they I think they have to like either have to arrest somebody or they have to talk to him, and dude was talking mad junk to the Michael Pena. Michael Pena was like, okay, put his gun down, put his badge down. They just went at it, and I'm like, see, that's what Joe want right there.
That's always hilarious when cops do that though. Like
Michael Pena put in work
off the badge.
Michael Pena put in work.
But like taking off the badge means that they're not a cop anymore. It's like no, they're still a cop.
Yeah.
There's no not being a cop unless they get fired.
Mm.
The only time that actually works is if they're a peace officer.
Or if they're a cop that's really just about it. Like if they're really like respecting of like, oh, you beat the fuck out of me. I guess you which who's the fuck is gonna be respecting of that?
No,
they're
still,
almost never gonna do that.
They'll still get fined or go to jail for assaulting an officer, because no matter what, off duty, on duty, they're always a cop, and they'll always will always get arrested.
Like
for that.
I told somebody the other day that like a cop can arrest you when they're not in uniform. They can do. They're not supposed to because they're not wearing like stuff that can protect them, and this, that, and the third, and then they gotta fucking pay pension out early and shit.
Well,
but
it's that, and also identifying.
Yeah,
identifying that you're a cop, but like
they have that capability.
Like, they can, if they see you doing fucked up enough shit, they can just stop you on the street and like it. I mean, it's a form of citizen's arrest because technically, even if you don't have your badge and don't tell them your badge number, you can be like, you're under arrest, citizen's arrest, this, that, and third. I am a cop and I can do that, and just using my right as a fucking American to do that. And then hold you until my cop friends, who I know personally and I have their cell phone numbers, will get here. Stand there, or I'll call into the station. They'll just send it over like the closest person.
Well, for citizens, it has to be something of a federal level. That's one thing that a lot of people kind of get messed up. Like if it's a misdemeanor or anything like that, you cannot do anything.
I've also heard of bullshit where cops.
Sure.
I was about to say, I'm like, what happened to Uma Thurman?
She got that gun pointed. You might want to.
Nah, she's still pointing at Bruce Willis. Fucking nah, but the cop, like, there was a story where a cop, they like stopped a person.
You missing one of my dice?
Yeah.
No, those are mine.
Okay.
There was a cop who stopped a person. And they were able to actually stop them and bring in their. They called it into the station and called the closest cops, and they were just like literally just sitting there with the person until the cops got there. And they didn't. In the report, they got in trouble because they didn't, or they. In the report, they almost got in trouble because they didn't mention why they were there and like the call and everything like that. So there was still evidence to show that like y'all did something that wasn't that great because it wasn't, like you said, it wasn't a felony. But I think it got fudged because the guy's technically a cop, so they were like, "Well, fuck it, I don't care." Because it went to court and the is this a cop that did this, I get the fuck out of my courtroom. It's a cop.
Yeah, well,
They don't care.
that's the thing. Cops, no matter what, they can arrest on-duty officer.
Yeah.
They say it's just frowned upon because, like I said, they don't have the uniform. That's how
They
people
don't have any protection either, so they don't want to fucking have to pay you pension for doing off-duty work.
I think that's probably like state difference. This for me, the universal standing for how the cops work. Again,
I've always heard that from
different
all the
states.
different cops that I know.
Different states are different.
I've heard that as like a universal thing from all the cops.
Not
I
different
know.
states are the same.
Are
different. No.
Are only in New York State?
No. I've talked to let's see. I have a cousin that's a Las Vegas cop. I have a cousin who's a cop somewhere in Iowa or some shit. I don't know where fucking Hodink Town he's part, but technically yes, he's like the only black person there. He's a cop. It's fucked up. Georgia cop, Florida cop, South Carolina, specifically in Charlotte. Not DC. I don't think he works there anymore. And Texas. And
Texas, Steve. Well,
they all tell me the same thing of like the one of the biggest. It's not like a law against it type thing. It's more of a precedent of like, well, if we let cops run around without their like Kevlar or bulletproof vests, somebody got stabbed the other day in New York City for telling a person to turn their music down. So like,
how do you tell them to turn their music down? They're trying to enjoy that shit. Leave them alone.
Fucking. Anyway, it's fucked up because that lady died. But anyway, it's one of those things where it's like, okay, don't try to be a hero, dude, because you're not wearing like your hero vest and your hero suit and all that shit, and like you're more likely to get hurt, which means more money has to go towards you because we're taking care of you because you got hurt for being stupid and trying to go after people without. So it's like it's not really like a set law type thing of like these are rules and regulations for what you should and shouldn't do, this, that, and third, blah, blah. It's more of like a don't be a dick and cause the department to have to pay more money to whatever kind of relief thing that has to go towards paying you while you're off or paying for your fucking hospital bills or any of that kind of shit.
All right. Going from that's probably just the department being nice. Again, cop family, Florida, DC, California, and Vegas. If they're off the clock, it's their own insurance that's going to be doing that. They won't get anything from work if they're off the clock, which is why they say you shouldn't do that. If the precinct is doing that, that's them being nice and taking care of their own. They don't have to do that.
That's insurance that they have through the precinct, though. They're getting it like through their jobs, and it has to be like a payout thing. That
it's their health insurance.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm just saying, like,
still,
their company is going to still have to like that's costing your business more money. The same reason why they're like, well, that's a whole other entirely different conversation. I was going to say something about pregnancy, but that's an entirely different fucking thing. But
that's not insurance, and then the precinct themselves shelling out money for that. There's two different things. If it's their insurance is taking care of it, yeah, the insurance is going to do that no matter what. But if they're getting money from their actual job for that, that's them being nice and taking care of them just because.
Oh no, not they're on their actual job. I'm just saying, like, it's more money that they have to allocate from like whatever fund or whatever money that they get from the state or federal government to like take care of these motherfuckers on top of like, you know, pension and shit. Because they sometimes they do get, depending on the situation and whether or not it calls for it, they get, you know, paid for not working because they're like, oh fucking, I broke my pinky. You have to be out of work for like 2 weeks.
I mean, if you're a deaf to kid,
if it's on the job, yes.
If
they're off the clock, they won't get that. Because that's going off of what happened with my dad and him getting fucked up and couldn't work a little while. But he didn't like try to arrest anyone off duty. It was just something that just wound up happening to him. He didn't. There was no money coming from there. That's where I'm.
You said he arrested somebody off duty.
off-duty cops, with my family,
I'm just asking you what
giving-
happened. You said he arrested.
No, I
somebody
say
while
he didn't. It's not like he didn't do anything like that,
Mm.
but I had to have time off of work, and unless he had vacation time or personal time off.
I mean, that's different though. But anyway.
Yeah. Well, what was I getting at? Anyway, off-duty cops can still do that, and peace officers, if they take off that badge,
You're no longer.
you are a citizen,
Yeah.
and you will get fucked up.
That's like not smart to do. I don't know why the fuck you would even. I don't know.
So, what if someone removes the badge from them?
That's forceful. That's not really.
I think that's also destruction of property getting hit with.
Yeah. Because the badge is it's property of the
Uniform.
city.
Well, no, like, for example, say, like, Joe, you're a peace officer. Arnaldo bumped into you, swiped your badge, and Justin, ugh. 'Cause he doesn't know you're a peace officer.
That's not a technique. Like just the badge. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you was just at Halloween.
Hey, I mean, if it's October 31st and you see the incomplete uniform,
That is true. You can knock a fucking
Sorry.
oh, I thought you were a different person. Oh, those cups are real.
It's
Oh,
a full bird colonel, but he's not wearing the hat. You're like, up. You looking like food, nigga.
I remember I was watching this TV show, and this dude had got arrested for... He was partying in public because there was having a big party, and this cop arrested him, but he thought that she was just someone dressed up as a cop, so she put him in like a double armbar, and he just slipped out. And there was this whole like big thing about whether or not he knew she was a cop or not. And then the way they got out of it was one of his lawyers put on he had like a Spartan suit on, like he put that on, and she put him in a double armbar. He couldn't get out. Then he put the baby oil on that the dude had on him, and he slipped out. And he was like, "See, he didn't take you seriously because he thought you were fake because he just slipped out." It was mad funny. But it was crazy though because he was trying to like talk to other cops to figure stuff out, and all the cops were mad defensive about it and stuff. And they were like, "Yeah, we're not letting you take one of ours down." It was interesting.
like on camera.
Oh well, it was a TV show thing.
Oh,
Yeah, but I'm just saying it was one of those things like he didn't know she was a cop, so he didn't,
It was real to me.
go along with what she was doing, and then it turned out she was a cop and she arrested him, and they was like, oh crap, and then he got his friends to get him off using shenanigans. I mean, it was accurate shenanigans.
It's not funny.
Yeah, she put him like,
He's like, friends, get him off.
but he had his arms out and she like double underhooked him, and like normally you wouldn't be able to get out because everything is hyperextended, but he had like SPF 9000 on or something, so he was mad slick, so he just slipped out, and he thought she wasn't a real cop because he just slipped out.
Bruh, that's why you always gotta wear baby oil. You never get attacked by the cops, you can just fucking slip right out.
It was actually mad funny because the lawyer, when he was describing everything, he was like, Judge, do you mind if I put this on and demonstrate to the jury? So he put it on, right? And then he was like, cop, can you come over here and show me what you did? And then she did it. He was like, oh, this is pretty tight. Let me get the rest of the costume. He was like, what are you doing? Oh, this FPS 9000. It just slipped out. It was funny. I think that lawyer ended up dating her for a little while after that.
Wow.
I mean,
What fucking show is this?
got the baby.
Franklin and Bash.
Oh my god.
See?
That fucking show is so stupid.
It was great, though.
The show is weird.
Yeah, shenanigans all day. Or like this one lady was she was a beekeeper, and a bee stung a kid, and they were basically the neighborhood was trying to get her bees like exterminated. So that in order to prove, and first it was like, how do you know it was one of my bees? Because there's hundreds of bees in the world. You know what I mean? And they was like, oh, but you're a beekeeper, so it's one of your bees. So to prove that it wasn't one of her bees, one of the lawyers wore a bee beard to prove that the bees won't attack unless provoked. To prove that her bees are like mad chill.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The shenanigans are great. I like shows of shenanigans.
I mean, the best ones.
Shenanigans and mess.
Like Psych.
I hate you, bees. I hate you, bees. I wouldn't say Psych is up there.
Psych is a great
Or
fucking
New
show.
Girl. They're
Psych is
both-
New Girl
Psych
is a
is
great
wonderful.
fucking show. You don't know what you're talking
Really?
about. Nah, you just fucking you don't know.
The girl's awesome.
New Girl is awesome.
I would
He's
say
uninitiated. I wouldn't expect
Psych
him
to
to understand.
Mentalist. Psych to Mentalist is Franklin and Bash to like Suits.
I didn't realize Suits was that serious.
Yeah, Suits is very, very serious.
Fucking.
It's like,
The funny thing is, I've explained to him multiple situations from New Girl. He's found them humorous, and
But then he
then when
won't.
I tell him it's New Girl, he's like,
Actually, no. He will describe a situation that's like that and try to put it towards something else. And I'm laughing at the other things. Like, oh yeah, New Girl did that.
Nah.
It's like, oh, so how much like it is
Exactly.
it really?
Literally, exactly. I'm
Because
doing
again,
I'm doing scene for scene,
How
word
many
for
times
word,
have I
what the fuck
told
they're
you
doing.
that I gave it a season and did not like it? So, a situation that happened in the middle
Gotta
of
get in
a
scene.
episode.
He's got to get in the higher seasons. I don't know what he's doing.
right. The girl's awesome.
Worse than you wouldn't really be like Arnaldo with Yu Yu Hakusho. You know how wrong he is about that.
If he doesn't like it, he doesn't like it.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to like it.
That's the problem. That's my problem. Is that it's not that he doesn't like it. He just doesn't fucking watch it. He
Yeah,
likes
I
it.
like the show. I just haven't gotten
So
to
what?
watch
How's that the same? If he likes the show and he just
Frustrating
doesn't
as
watch
fuck
it,
because because I've shown you the things from it and you fucking laugh at it. So you clearly like it. You just haven't.
you
kept
haven't
going with
shown
this
me
shit.
anything. You've said things.
Can't
Like
show-
I said,
can't
I
show you
watched
things
an
with my
entire
voice.
season. If I gave
Excuse me
a
for
show
not
an
having.
entire
Excuse
season,
me for having
an
a good
entire
fucking
season,
imagination.
Is that not good enough to say, all right, I'm not vibing with
First
this?
season's
I'm
only
gonna
like
go.
13 episodes. No,
That's like a whole anime.
it's not though.
It is.
It
It's
is.
Not though.
Yeah.
13 episodes.
It's
That's
not,
an anime.
That's
You and I
yeah.
both know that the fucking anime.
Golden Boy is only 6 episodes.
That anime is not even a fucking. It's like a
Had to stop completely.
it's not even a show. It's like fuck. That's like saying like, oh, Fooly Cooley. It's like it's 6 episodes, dude.
It's still a show.
It's still a
It's
show.
not really, though.
It is.
It's a fucking like.
Well, what's your
extended
definition of a show?
movie.
Well,
Yeah, I don't know. Something that has a plot. That's
There was a
actually
plot.
good.
there was a good plot to it.
You're
There are a
saving
lot
the
of
world.
shows that have bad plots.
Nah.
Like
Yeah, like New Girl
How would you even
and
know?
Game of Thrones.
Ooh, you right. Game of Thrones, yeah. Nah, New Girl, you dead wrong now. It's alright, it's cool. Funny thing is he likes Zoe Deschanel too. He just doesn't want to give her a chance.
That's the reason why I even watched it.
He doesn't want to give her a chance. It's fucked up.
But he gave it a whole season though.
That's not that.
He gave it an anime series.
Cool series, 13 episodes.
a season.
Y'all niggas crazy. I hate that. I hate the idea of seasons in anime. It's the dumbest fucking thing.
How
You
many
need to go over to
episodes-
Japan and fucking start
Joe.
animating some of this shit.
How many episodes was
Yes, you.
Luke Cage? How many episodes was Daredevil, Justin?
I don't think there was that many in the first season.
13-hour-long episodes. Actually, some of them are like hour, 15, hour and a half, depending on what's happening.
There are actually a lot of TV shows that only have 13 episodes, 12 episodes.
Still a season. Just
And
saying.
it's the whole show.
Yep.
Just saying.
How many episodes did The Witcher have?
But again, it
That
goes
wasn't even a
against
show.
Justin, and it doesn't matter because he's an engineer, so he knows everything.
True, very true.
I'm glad you're starting to understand.
Wait. So are engineers and nurses like along the
starting
same
to
lines?
understand.
No, because nurses don't show any signs of like ingenuity for anything, so they're not engineers.
You don't work in a hospital. I do.
I know how to fix
They
this.
think they know
Bow.
everything.
I know how to increase his dosage.
Like,
Bow.
Justin has these weird biases, and they're fucking hilarious to me. I swear they are. Just accept the fact that people don't like One Piece. There are 12 episode shows that are out there.
Accept the fact that people don't like One Piece. I know that. What are you talking about?
You get so mad when people. You keep saying they have commitment issues.
Just mad. I'm just
let them be great. Let them live their lives.
How is that mad?
They're
missing out on a good show.
You turn all red
because of length.
And then
because
red. Everybody loves length. Ask any woman out there.
I'm trying to tell these motherfuckers, but they won't listen. Shit. I'm not fucking. It's not my fault they have commitment issues, unless somehow I did something. Did I do something to fuck y'all up? I didn't do nothing. Shit.
I love it. It's greatness.
Nah, what Joe tries to do
I gave it
where there are none.
I gave it a full season. It didn't hit. Any show can have an episode to where anyone's gonna find it hilarious.
Couple. I've done what? I've done that
you've
10 times to him.
No, you've done it 10 times with 2 episodes of the same thing.
It wasn't 2 episodes of the same thing.
It was. Because you keep going back to the same ones. And it's like, didn't you just say this the other week? And I keep saying that to you. Come to me with something new.
Shit.
The one that I will say that he got me to watch, which is Daredevil. Because I was like, I'm not a big fan of Daredevil as a superhero to begin with.
He's kind of...
And I was like, alright, I guess it's kind of cool. But then that dirt face just gets to me.
Fucking, he's supposed to be blind!
Blind people don't have dirt faces, though.
Oh my god. Have you ever seen a blind person with glasses on? Who?
I know 2 blind people.
Okay, because every blind person I know, when they take their fucking glasses off, their eyes do that. Yeah. And it's not even a dirt face. He's just staring off. No. It's not derpy. It's not like it's fucking Forrest Whitaker or some shit. He's looking straight
off. Just gonna be at... Really? You over here defending Disney and you gonna have black people like this?
You gonna pretend like Forrest Whitaker, if he was sitting where I'm sitting right now, he can't look at you and Arnaldo at the same time. Look you dead in your eyes.
Wow, that's really rude. And no, he would look at me right here.
And look at the bottom.
No. That's no. His eyes is not like that.
Bad. Yeah, it is.
He's not Uncle Ruckus. Wow. Wow. I don't know if I can deal with this insubordination. You over here defending racist corporations.
Insubordinate? Churlish.
Next thing you know, he be going out there to fucking Church's Chicken, or not Church's Chicken,
the fuck is Church's Chicken?
Chick-fil-A?
Chick-fil-A, that's the one.
Because Chick-fil-A what? Fucking... What?
You don't know you hate gay people.
I don't hate gay people.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, we should.
You don't like me.
We should. There's a bunch of reasons why I don't like you. It's not about you gay.
Talk shit about Corey and his mushroom job.
What are you talking about? I got fired from mushroom job. It wasn't my fault.
You wanted to quit.
But I kept going, did I not? Because I wanted to help a friend. He's like, I need you there. I'm like, okay, fine. I'll do it as long as you need me.
Speaking of friends, I'm over here thinking that Justin, like, we like family and whatnot.
Oh my god, here we go with this shit again. Fucking.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my god. No, she won't stop complaining about it.
Over here making me feel like, boy, he says I'm not human. Putting me at a lower...
I keep saying you're above whatever humans are.
Saying I have no rights.
How do you not have rights?
Because if I'm not human, I have no rights. I mean, anyone come in here and kill me, and you won't even care, because he's not human.
I wouldn't care because they couldn't kill you.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, wow, Joe's fighting another assassin for the 3rd time this week. Guess I better go get the kit to fix the fucking window that guy's going to fly through.
Because you threw him through it.
That was your job, buddy. All you.
I don't throw people through windows. I know the value of a window. Thank you. I'm not gonna put you out there like that.
Joe, I'm pretty sure we know that Edgar doesn't know the value of windows.
No, he does now because apparently he was scared shitless. That makes me feel bad too. Like, dog, y'all, why do people fear me like that? I'm not.
Is your continent player?
I'm not Oars.
How about if you're
Or senior?
Shit.
It's like
I found out that there's some people that are...
Am I that mean to where people just are afraid of me like that?
There are some people that's afraid of me for no reason.
No.
No reason.
No reason.
Dun, dun, dun. Just casting hockey at everybody just for no reason. That nurse felt his spiritual pressure. She was like, I can't breathe.
Boy out here causing people to have massive devastation on people's lives. Stephen and the Leaf. Over here bending metal.
That was just funny as shit.
Clean said, "Don't slip on a leaf" to this dude, right?
I did not say that.
You didn't say that? You didn't say that? No. Bending metal and whatnot.
I said it would be fun if he fell on a leaf. It was a rainy day, and he wrote his.
So you thought it would be funny, and then the universe said, "Let's not piss him off. Have him slip on a leaf."
Or Shadow did some Zawaru put a leaf under his fucking foot, like, yeah, bitch, baby oil that shit.
Like, I didn't see it happen. I didn't hear it happen. Steven just came up to the door. He was like, "I hate you." I was like, "Why?" It was like, it felt like a slip up. I started laughing. I died laughing. It was funny as shit. Wait, was it Steven or was it Matt?
Oh. Were you there with us when someone was trying to ride the bike on the curb and fell off the curb? I think we were coming from school from like finals or something.
That sounds like something Matt would do. I'm not.
I don't think it was Matt. I think it might have
I
been.
remember seeing Matt. I remember like Matt rode his bike to school when there was like a lot of ice on the ground and everything, and like
God.
that one path that we walked through.
Yeah.
As soon as he tried to get on the bike and put like his foot down, he just like boom fell inside.
There's always that kid who's trying to ride his bike on the fucking ice. I'm like, dude, what?
That's what Mike used to do.
That's Matt.
Slide around.
Fuck it.
I think it might have been Tia. Not
The
short Tia.
mm-hmm.
I think it might have been her. I think she tried to like ride Matt's bike on the curb and fell.
Oh, that's you.
Like the light brown eyes.
Yeah, with the three
It's
color
surprising-
lips.
Huh?
Three color lips.
That your cousin?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think it was like me, you, Matt, Nate. It might have been you too. I think we were walking. And I think for some reason she was like, "Hey, I want to ride the bike on the curb."
I mean, essentially, you should be able to because the tires are thin. And
Yeah.
if you're not a scaredy little person or
I
riding a bike,
think she fell.
If you're not a bear on a tricycle.
if you're not a bull in a china shop,
That,
I know what this looks like.
Family Guy.
Yeah. That reminds me of that fucking anime. They tried to make like bike
Cycling.
races. They tried to make cycling fucking interesting. Fucking trying to put some
I
anime
remember-
bullshit on it. And
yeah,
it's just
I
like,
remember you talking about
no,
that.
Like,
no.
Quick question, Joe.
don't have to.
Possibly.
Did the dude or whoever was supposed to come
No.
never showed up?
I told you he was gonna show up at 8 o'clock
They
tonight.
said between 8 a.m. and 4 p.m. It's like, oh, so the entire day I just have to stay here then.
Wow.
Do you work today?
No, I don't work, but it's like I was planning on going to the gym, which I can't do now.
Get your Euro training in.
Trying to. I'll just probably fix. Well, I already did that, but rehook the punching bag. Just be out there.
Yeah, my joints have been unusually good for some reason. I haven't been getting cracks out of them.
That's bad. It's because you've been sleeping on the floor. It's good for you.
Maybe.
No bubbles in the
Maybe.
ligaments.
Maybe
Ligaments.
that's a sign
Ligaments.
that you should start, coming to the gym with me.
Nah. I need to get my own. I was gonna say
Do you
prescription.
have to have a
I
membership?
I need to get my own fucking
Joe,
membership.
do you have to have a membership?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I have the black card, so I can bring.
You can bring somebody with him, but I'm like, I need to get my own because I'd like to be able to go when I want to, and also stay longer.
I mean,
Just cause.
if you really want, I'll tag along with you.
Yeah, for Shadow. I want to see what Swole Shadow looks like.
Not happening.
Say that, but you walk out the gym just.
Yeah, the
Dude, I'm all cardio.
he's gonna have those
Leg day. Let's go.
that Captain Marvel problem. Normal size head and big body.
Ooh.
They already got the red shirt
That's-
on.
Great. Yeah.
Be like, Orzimo.
Yeah, right. Does anybody have any more business? Any more stuff? Any children they'd like to claim?
Don't look at me.
Why are you smiling?
No.
What is it, illegal to smile now, Justin? Huh?
Possibly.
If you're not gonna claim your kids, maybe.
Only on tax time.
You claim as a trans parent? Yeah,
It's good.
I mean, I guess I would like to say Ben Hardy should give me a call.
Ben Hardy?
Yeah.
Not Tom. Bane.
No.
So it's because he got knocked out by Shia LaBeouf. Shia LaBeouf.
Shall
Actually, I wonder how his
Is it attractive?
new movie did. Shia LaBeouf's movie. Because he
He's
had like
playing
two.
his dad or some shit.
Yeah, there was the one where he's playing his dad, and
yeah.
there's the other one, the Condor wrestler, the Falcon.
Peanut Butter Falcon.
Yeah, that one.
I never heard of that.
I've heard both of them are good.
I haven't heard terrible things about him, but I haven't heard anything about him at all.
Yeah. Which is weird.
Yeah, because usually it's good or it's bad. I haven't heard anything.
It was just that bad.
It's close to midnight.
You saw that, right? He just got possessed.
I just got a fucking chills.
Channeling fucking George Washington's spirit right now.
Oh no.
Carver?
Bitch, they only put me on $1. Fuck.
Oh yeah.
I'm so fucked up.
It's farther than most presidents made it.
What is
He
her
was
name?
number one.
I'm trying to remember her name. Adria Arjona, I think it is. Definitely give me a call.
Is that what we're doing? We're doing shout outs to celebrities?
I mean, that's kind of what he
trying to
normally
think of-
does.
Hey, this is also my dating app
Yeah.
for celebrities.
Trying to think of what mine was.
Sofia Vergara.
There was another one.
We gotta get more.
You little hussy.
We gotta get more viewers and stuffs.
Yeah.
Promote it more.
Have you thought about like making like a Twitter for Northstar Otaku?
Just put
we have
random tags in there.
For Northstar Otaku.
For Northstar Otaku, we have a Twitter.
Just put random tags on things. Be like Kool
Donald
and
Trump.
ass.
Both of those, yes. Kool in the ass, Donald Trump. It's the name of this podcast. This episode. Kool-Aid in the ass. Yeah, what flavor?
I mean,
Mystery, of course.
Mystery.
I was waiting for somebody to say
No,
grape.
because Mystery was like one of the best ones.
So it's a surprise. Things gonna be bad.
I mean, but it's Trump.
Do they have
So-
Cheeto flavor?
It's a Cheeto.
Kool-Aid in the ass. Vote for Trump.
Trying to think, what is the weirdest chip flavor you've heard of and had?
The weirdest chip flavor I've heard
Fucking
of.
gravy and biscuits. I thought that
What?
shit was
Under
weird.
had or heard of?
Heard of. And seen. I didn't eat that shit. I'm not eating that shit. I'm not paying a whole fucking $2 for that bag.
This mac and cheese chip sounds weird to me. Like it doesn't sound appetizing.
Sriracha mac and cheese. I've heard of that.
I don't think I've had anything
Lay's is
super
fucking
weird.
Weird sometimes.
I don't think I've had anything super weird outside of stuff from like other countries, but it's like weird here is not weird there kind of thing.
Yeah.
I guess the weirdest chip that I've ever eaten was seaweed.
Seaweed. I've had seaweed chips before, so that's probably the same for me. Then.
I never had one.
For me, I would say it would be like I don't know the name. There was like this Lay's, and they're like, of course it's Lay's, but it was like because I got it from the Asian food market. It was like a egg flavor.
Egg.
Yeah. There's like an egg flavor. There was like there's squid chips or like squid flavor ones. Those are really good.
Shrimp chips. That's weird.
The grilled eel one.
Speaking of eel, fuck them for that. They had Yihi Japan in Marketplace, the restaurant where they cooked right there.
Yeah.
They had the menu, and on the menu for like sushi it had eel. I was like, can I get the eel sushi roll? I was like, oh, we don't have that now. I was like, y'all some fuckers. It's like, I don't want sushi now. It's like, oh, we have this, and it's like, nah. I saw that. I wanted that. That sounds good. Like, I've had a dragon roll before. Those are good.
Dragon rolls.
But yeah, I would say like for chips wise, like the weirdest like flavor like would be like the egg.
Sounds tasty.
It was.
That's what we should do. We should go to the Asian food market and buy a bunch of stuff and watch Arnaldo gag on it again.
No.
I was about to say, I'm like, I'm not eating that shit.
See, the best part, Joe,
Yeah.
he loves sunflowers, right? Sunflower
I told
seeds.
Joe about this. The fucking sunflower seed thing where
black
you don't eat it
sunflower
'cause it's
seeds?
got black seeds on it.
Where he's
It's
like,
like,
I can't do it.
there's literally no
disgusting.
difference. It's just fucking color.
That was disgusting.
You ate the other one that had seeds on it, and you're
It
just
was
like, yeah, it's good. And then fucking the black one, you're just like,
I can't do it.
It was so disgusting.
I mean,
is it because it was black?
No, it's just the taste. It was just
Like,
it
no.
was disgusting.
It tastes like cocoa butter.
if we go to like if we go to the Asian food market and just grab like a bunch of random like snacks, like one of each snack or whatever, I'll do a.
See, you say that until I throw that durian at you. See, he knows what durian is. The stench is strong.
Remember the thing, the jackfruit that we saw on the thing?
Snacks.
It is a
That counts as
snack.
snack.
Yeah.
It's a snack.
I'm not talking. Like,
It has to be bagged and processed.
I'm not talking like the whole like fruit.
Can't be good for you.
Actually,
Like chips and like
Chips and gummies and all that.
Yeah.
so I'm actually curious though, how like good for you is a durian? Because like you know how like is a fruit, right? So like fruits
Yeah, so
generally
it's- I
are
mean, it's just
good
got,
for
like,
you.
I mean, it's got like, you know, antioxidants and fucking minerals and all that shit that you, vitamins. Same
Speaking
thing
of
on
it
fruit.
now, speaking of like the Asian food market, I just thought about the mango popsicles.
Those are fucking good.
Yeah,
Ice cream.
that and the
The melon popsicles, those are so fucking good.
hell yeah.
I'm actually so mad at them right now for hogging the fucking freezer. Because I want to be able to buy that shit. That was the first thing I thought of when you said, "Oh, go to the Asian food market." I'm like, man,
Won't be for much longer.
Those melon popsicles, man.
it's still gonna be like
Melon
4 months.
pop, melon.
Have you had one?
Nope.
Actually, is it 4 months?
Dude,
I got tried.
yeah, yeah.
I think I got mango.
You had the banana one, right? The banana one good?
Yeah.
I think I got banana.
Mm-hmm.
Does it taste like banana, like the banana flavoring, like when they do with banana candy, where it like doesn't really taste like banana, but it kind of tastes like a
Think of Laffy Taffy.
yeah. So it's a synthetic banana.
Yeah.
I'm about to buy this.
Ooh, that's
I want to get all the popsicles.
$109.
All right, guys. Guess it's time to leave.
Oh man.
Giggity.
So hard to say goodbye.
Oh, you didn't shout out to Mackenzie Bezos.
She's not returning my emails. I don't think she loves me.
Popo Con.
Maybe I'm about to say maybe she's
She
calling
just-
you now.
She just used my she's using an 866 number because she wants she wants my money.
That's all she wants.
She wants the dollars.
Dollar bills, y'all.
Yeah, she's already got enough though. The fuck? Because people keep calling me. It's ridiculous.
They're
So
stalking you.
popular.
And then somebody calling to play on the
Stalkers.
podcast.
Popular.
Hey, I'd like
Wanna make you popular.
You have the wrong number.
One of my favorite skits.
All right, guys. Peace out.
Peace.
Bye bye.
Later.
Bok, bok.